That'll go.
Let's go. What the hell?
Here we go. I'm talking into my beer once again. How many days?
Have you felt it?
Cody, my mic's too low.
Oh wait, I'm talking about beer.
The secret beer
I can't hear
microphone.
myself. Can you turn me up?
On camera, the beer microphone.
What have we here?
You guys are
The mirror
so
mic.
funny.
Anyways,
Holy shit. Thanks C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
That's my favorite quote that you have on the
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Dilly Dilly, welcome back to the squadron.
Day Galaxy Rogue Squadron podcast. Thank you. And
Fellas
you.
and ladies
And
Yes.
you.
and whammon
Yes.
and cyborgs
For tuning in.
Chris
Hello.
Cyborg.
and Rhodians.
We've got a lot of motherfuckers up in this bitch.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Commander Cody.
I'm Mopar.
Lord Kerner's over
Kerner
here,
in the house.
and for the first time ever,
Zale.
we need a better name than that.
Big Z.
Dude,
That name's for Zale.
Big
Dude,
Z.
you're
That's
like
the best I had.
Zale. You're like the jeweler. Zales. Go
Wait.
to Zales.
That's kinda true.
What did I just say before this show
Zale
started?
Organa.
Zale Organa. There you go. Thank you very much. Zale Organa in the house, everybody.
Oh, that actually flows. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. That's why I said it.
It's not bad.
it does. It flows.
I've actually been listening to some of our older episodes lately, and I feel like we're in the older episode vibe right now. We were supposed to start earlier. We went over to Land Grant, had a few beers while the game was going on. Kind of don't have any topics.
It's a
just
dice
gonna
roll.
flow. Yeah, it's a literal dice roll.
So, right up front,
Yes.
this is going to be Guess the Scene. I'm going to say episode 4 because that was the first. The first. Yep. May the 4th be with you. Episode 4. Let's do
That's good. We haven't done a New Hope in a while.
44. Let's fucking do 444.
Four. Okay, I like
44
it.
minutes in.
I like it.
Four.
So if you guys, as Commander tunes this up, this is episode 4, 44 minutes in.
And if you're not familiar,
Guess the Scene.
you got to figure out what the fuck's happening on the screen.
Key points here is this is the shortest of all the Star Wars movies. So
That is true.
Also the worst by far.
no.
Whoa.
Guaranteed.
What?
Whoa.
Dude, your list changes every week.
I'm also joking.
Oh, you sounded
But
serious.
terribly.
Better only than Return of the Jedi and Attack of the
Episode
Clones.
4 is the worst episode. Is a bold claim.
That's
what our list is.
You get to that point where
It's just
your
weird
list
saying it
changes
out
every-
loud.
Whoa.
Calm.
So the quote was, it's the worst, but it's only better than episode 2 and episode 6. And I'm like, yeah, maybe.
But you're going to
Sounds
throw
harsh,
the
but-
OG
Episode 6
as
is
the
great.
worst
Whoa.
film.
First of all, shut the fuck up.
You're going to throw the OG as the worst film.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
That kicked the entire franchise off as the worst film.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
it's kinda boring.
He makes a fantastic point.
It's got some slow points.
But legitimately, let me ask you. Legitimately, if it's a franchise that gets better and better, shouldn't the first one be the worst?
Ooh.
I get what you're saying, but there's got to be some credit there for the world building it did. For the amount of...
Your arms are extremely hairy.
Oh,
They actually are very
you should
hairy.
see my legs.
Zelbar, Big Z, Zelbar fits.
You
I'm
should
not
see
going to
my
lie
ass
about it.
cheeks.
No, I was just about to say, you should see my ass.
Really? It's the, oh, dude.
Ron, stop.
Fuck.
We have someone off camera that you can't see, and that's
That's
just
funny.
what it's going to be.
That's great.
Anyways,
That's funny.
4, yes, it changed things forever for film. It's a great movie. I think it's kind of boring.
No,
All things
what?
considered.
I'll
Whoa,
give it to
you think
I'll
it's
give it to
boring?
you.
Wait. You think it's boring? What?
Yeah, what the fuck they do? They're droids walking through the
I
desert
know,
forever.
that's the-
Trash compactor. Ben dies,
I'll say it's boring until
The-
they get off Tatooine.
The intro,
which is the first half of the movie.
The-
All right,
Exactly.
whoa. Everyone
Exactly. I'll give them
stop.
that.
Everyone stop.
I'm just fucking around.
We'll get back into it real quick. So episode 4, 44 minutes in. Guess that scene. What is happening in A New Hope? 44 minutes in.
Give me a second.
I just want to reiterate. So what is your guess? Get that in while we yell at each other about this. I am not one to think like musically, especially is another thing. Just because you were first doesn't mean you were best.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people get confused about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, metal-wise, it's hard to say because Black Sabbath is probably one of the best metal bands of all time. But do I think they perfected it? I personally don't. So I think like episode 4 comes out and everyone's like, boom, I didn't know you could do this. And then you're like 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and you're like, oh, there's a lot more you can do than just that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get that thought. Ronnie, what do you think?
No, I completely agree. It set the standard, but then they perfected. My guess, honestly, for the 44-minute mark is going to be them telling the droids to get in the closet and hide.
That's actually not a bad
Whoa,
guess.
whoa, 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 whoa!
On
That's
the
a good
Death
guess.
Star.
That's a great
On
guess.
the Death
actually.
Star. So
On the Death
weird-
Star.
The weird thing is, why would the Death Star even risk it? Why
Risk
would
what?
they? Why would they tractor beam just? Poof. Anyways, we don't need to
Right,
fucking
why
deal
ta-
with those.
Exactly.
But that's the same argument as why take the risk and just blow the fuck out of the droids when they're escaping in the escape pod in the beginning.
There's no life forms.
No,
that's why.
that's a very.
There's no life forms.
They're
Wait,
following-
are we
following
wasting
protocol.
laser beams? Do we have laser
which
beams?
is why
like
in the last,
on-
which is why in the Last Jedi they don't either. There's no life forms. They don't.
Right.
Wait, when?
What happened?
In the Last Jedi? No,
Yeah.
I want to hear it from Kerner.
Wait.
Because I have a very forgetful face. So
All the ships. It's only Haldo is in the last ship. There's no. Yeah.
they don't say
Right,
anything
no-
about life forms.
They
though.
know
You're-
No, but they say, oh, it's just a distraction. Just let them go. Whatever. Fuck it.
Right.
But like,
yeah,
are we
it's
on
a mistake.
shortage of laser beams? Like, why not
No.
just fucking shoot them?
Yeah, it's a mistake from Hux. He's like, that doesn't mean anything. They're trying to distract us. No,
yeah.
It's a good
Jones,
there
callback.
is.
Jones, we're just talking about A New Hope and why it's awful.
It's almost like a plot hole callback that kind of justifies it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
All right,
I like
fine.
it.
Let's stop this conversation and get into the 44 minutes.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I'll say when Luke.
Whoa! I was gonna ask someone else. Commander,
Oh,
44 minutes in.
I take the longest, so he's picking on me first. Fuck.
I've had mine for like 5 minutes.
Let's talk through it though.
I'm gonna say
Whoa! Let's just talk through it. Like
thank you.
Tatooine.
Thank you for saving me.
Yeah, Tatooine takes what? When do
7
we,
years.
When do we get off Tatooine? Because you got to think 10 to 4 takes what, 10 minutes maybe.
Tatooine's
No.
like 30 minutes ish.
Tatooine's got to be.
takes about 5 to 10. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Episode 4 is only like 2 hours and 4 minutes long. It's short. It's really short.
2 hours and 4.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Is there a Star Wars movie under 2 hours?
No, that's the shortest one.
Yeah.
No, Hope's the shortest one.
I like it though.
And then we spent.
I don't believe him, but I like it.
Oh, that's true.
We spent a lot
this
of
is
time
usual.
on Tatooine.
The longest is Last
what I'm
Jedi,
thinking.
and Attack of the Clones are the longest.
Let's just walk through Tatooine though.
Like you just said.
Like Tatooine, like we have to meet Luke, we have to meet Obi-Wan, the whole droid purchasing thing. There's a lot.
The cantina takes like 10 minutes.
Yep.
Meeting Obi-Wan doesn't even happen until
I
you
might
know
be a
you
little
get
off.
Luke bickering with like Lars and all that shit.
You know what I'm gonna guess is the blaster fight boarding on the Falcon.
On Document 94.
That's gonna be my guess.
No, that's
a good call.
I think you're.
I'm saying the tractor beam.
No, you're late.
That's pretty close to droids.
Yeah, I'm saying tractor beam.
You guys are saying it's
You know what?
44 minutes
I'm
is not
changing.
that far in.
I'm actually
It's
changing.
like
is.
late, middle, early.
It's almost halfway in.
I've got mine now.
Okay, Commander. What did you say?
I said the tractor beam.
So okay,
So
let
when
me,
Leia's talking, okay. And
wait, is she
What
laying?
are you agreeing to? When Leia's talking,
I'm confirming the scene when Leia's talking to Darth Vader and Tarkin.
is that
all.
what your guess is?
No, no.
There's nothing to confirm when they're getting tractor beamed into the Death Star. That was my
God
guess.
damn, big ordeal.
So we got tractor
Okay,
beam.
okay, mine. Oh,
droids
let's
going in
go.
closet.
Droids going in the closet. I think it's docking bay.
I'm going with when Vader walks into the conference room and he chokes the.
Oh, that's super early on. You're earlier than I am.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I actually had 2, but I changed it after talk.
Jerjerrod?
What? Talking to Mike.
Yeah.
Does he choke Grand Moff Jerjerrod?
Yeah, he does. Whoa.
No, it's not Jedrod.
No, I don't
Whoa.
know.
Is it not Jerjerrod?
I don't know the guy he chokes. I'm going to the guy he chokes.
Is your
where I'm
cable
at.
loose? It's
I don't know his name.
I can't remember his name.
Right.
Sorry.
The guy with the really bad receding hairline he chokes.
Yes.
Amen to that. The Peyton Manning hairline.
Yeah, that dude.
Hey,
That
man.
dude.
Whoa,
Hairline.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's. Jakota's
Dude,
guessing 44
no,
minutes is
you're
burnt.
Burnt aunt and uncle.
No, you're way off. That's early as fuck.
I almost said that actually.
I hope.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I almost said that,
44 minutes in.
but I changed my mind because I'm smart.
Yeah, okay.
This is one of my favorite things because no one knows. You could be the biggest Star Wars fan and know everything, and you start throwing out numbers, and you're like, "Wait, what?"
I know.
Right.
Okay, so just for context, I just jumped randomly to 27,
Oh,
and it's
shit.
still on the farm.
Yeah.
I'm way off.
Owen is bumbling around, yelling for Luke.
Go
we're
Mopar.
fucked.
Like really?
I think we're all fucked.
34. Luke's talking to Obi. 39.
Mopar is going to win this
44.
one.
Oh my god, dude, you were
I
right.
completely didn't even consider
44.
this.
They're pulling into Maz Eisley at 44.
So I guess
Damn,
I guess docking. I was the
Eisley.
closest, but I was not like
I was
close.
way off.
They aren't even thinking about the Death Star at this point.
Well,
First of all-
First of all, Jakota, he said the burnt aunt and uncle. That's right after this. He's the closest.
No, I was.
No, wait, what did
No, he's
wait,
low-key the
Wait,
clo-
what did you say?
I
Phil?
said they were on Death Star putting the droids in the closet.
No,
so like,
no,
that was
no.
way after that.
Whoa, I think I'm closest. Docking
might
Bay
be
94.
Mopar might be closest.
No, 90.
Well-
As soon as he sees his aunt and uncle, he's like, okay, I'm going to be
No,
a
you're
Jedi.
right.
And they
You're
walk
right.
to Maz Eisley.
You're right.
And he's
take it
like,
back.
That is
wow.
amazing. As balls deep as I am, I was not even. Well, okay, can we go to the
That's why
it's
this is. That's why this is the worst one ever.
It's a fun test.
50 minutes of sand and
I rest my case. It's boring as shit.
Well, okay,
Nah.
where's the Vader choke scene? Can I go to that real quick?
That's
No.
a good. No, that's a good
Why?
question. No.
I actually want to know where
Can you
that's at.
can you scoot through that and
Come on,
see
I'll
that?
take 2 seconds.
Do I have to?
Whoa. First of all, let's guess that though.
Oh,
Let's guess that.
How many games are we going to
that's
guess
a fun
before
game.
Jakota Jones tunes out?
Whoa, stop. Let's guess that. So 44 minutes in, it's before
When
Docking Bay
Vader
94.
is choking. like
It's got to
this.
be after that,
It's,
right?
It's my Xbox picture with Vader
my
choking.
my assumption's got to be after Obi and Luke meet Han and Chewie, and it's like the cutscene between that and Docking Bay. I feel like that's when I find your lack of faith.
Yeah, because they jump
evidence.
back and forth like while we're on Tatooine.
So it's got to be like 50 minutes in.
Yeah, I find your lack of faith is the better way to describe the scene. What
or
is
it's right
that?
before they get to Tatooine.
It might be. Well, right before the scene that we got to.
Right. Or yeah, right before they get to Mos Eisley is what I meant to say.
I think it's after, but yeah, that's an interesting question. Let's do it.
Let's
Okay,
get
so
to it.
what, I'm gonna guess 66 minutes in honor of Order 66. So 106.6.
Well, the problem is that we kind of have to watch the whole damn movie just to get there.
Let's not do that because I don't want to get upset.
I want to watch the most boring Star Wars movie
You
ever
paused
made.
on that, and I want to say Mark Hamill, that was some not good unconscious act.
Make sure your thing's put in all the way.
It wasn't him.
Yeah, it was. Because I heard it cut in and out.
I know,
Yeah,
but it wasn't
I was
moving.
right
cutting in and
here.
out.
Oh, that's way
37,
early.
38.
Oh, 37. Oh, my God, I'm way off. I said an hour.
All right. Whoa.
But I thought that had to have been later.
Whoa. I really want to talk about this because that's a very good.
Yeah, it's almost at 39. We weren't that far off.
It's a rebuttal to what I'm saying though, and what we're arguing, because episode 4, I do believe, is probably one of the most boring.
Besides Attack of the Clones, it is.
No, and Attack of the Clones, I wouldn't even argue is boring.
Dude, this is what kickstarted it all. You guys
I
are
agree.
crazy.
I agree.
I just don't think
I
that's
know.
an argument for it being a good.
Actually, this is what got me into Star Wars. My dad was watching this movie. I was like, what is this? I was like,
Zale,
6.
talk.
I just think there's so much world building they do, especially with explanation. Like, it's boring because we already know all the facts of Star Wars. But at the time, I mean, this was amazing because even the scene we take for granted, the scene where Obi-Wan's explaining the Jedi and the Clone Wars and all that shit to Luke.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty boring scene now. But at the time, I mean, it was explaining everything and giving so much backstory to everything.
I just don't know
Setting
if
up Vader, all that.
I don't know if I love the at the time argument though.
I get it. I get
agree.
it. Because at the time, I mean, it's hard to sit through.
In
'cause you're like, we take it all
1977,
for
this
granted.
was like, dude, 77 was this.
Yeah, but it's
this,
2018.
Whoa.
This,
So
and, this and Jaws was like. the
What are
movies.
we setting up though? This is my question. So
Jaws was before this.
Stop talking.
Pissed.
So we're setting up Tatooine, Sand Planet, and Death Star, right? Those
Yeah.
are the only
Yeah.
two things, right? So what world building are we actually doing?
I just think as fans, we need to be okay with that.
Comparatively, I'm
Maybe
saying.
episode 4 is a little dated.
And we have to assume that, yeah. I
Just
agree.
because they've expanded so much on what it built. Like, yes, it started it, but it's a little dated now
Yes.
that it's...
I will say that one scene that is dated is when they fight. It's like, what is happening when Vader fights Obi-Wan?
It's well, first of all, I thought it was embarrassing from the fucking start. I saw episode, I think 5 first, and then I saw episode 4. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is
they're
this?
like literally like poking. Like,
Oh yeah, he was like roasting marshmallows and shit.
I think I
and
just
the
get.
last time we saw those characters was on Mustafar slaying.
No. I'm talking like the first time I saw
I know.
all of it, and I started with 5 and then went back to 4. I thought 5 was like
It was, yeah,
Like
it was great.
it was embarrassing in itself, but like 4 was like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
So I want to get back to Travis Dunn on the 44 minutes in, but is this the remake version? Because I do think,
We've been doing the special editions
edition.
just to keep it consistent.
yeah, and I don't think it adds. Maybe it adds 30 seconds because there's like a small R2D2 scene.
I think the time lengths for the despecialized versus the special editions for the original trilogy is like slightly different.
It might be off about
30
like
seconds.
I
minutes,
thought they
minute,
were all
yeah.
204.
I'm not 100% sure. I think they're
I've never seen Star Wars.
30 seconds to a minute off. I love Star Trek, guys.
Let's talk about the shirts you got on.
Meme review.
Best game of all time. Not even a debate. Revan.
Where did you get it?
Oh, from T Public.
There we go.
Who made the shirt?
Rogue Squad Padre made the shirt.
Everybody go buy a Rogue Squadron shirt.
He barely got it.
I got it. Rogue. I got it. Rogue. I got
You know,
it.
Kerner, when you started drinking at 9:30 a.m. yesterday, I'd hoped today would be a little more chill. And here you are. Squad Pod Rogren got the shirt. I got it.
I wasn't supposed to drink today, but I ended up.
But here we are. Everybody can
allowed.
thank Mopar for that one.
I wasn't
thank you.
allowed.
So yeah, I
Well,
love.
no, this
just-
shirt is legit. Look at how good this shirt looks.
It's fine. Yeah.
I
fine.
have a red one, and it looks a lot better than that.
Show your shirt. You
Oh
got a shirt
yeah,
on,
I'll
too?
do it. No, first of all, talk about yours.
Everyone strip.
I've got
please.
my Jack Porkins shirt on.
I love that one because it's literally just a screenshot
It's-
of his fucking face from the movie.
Like, I got this about 10 years ago at a Hot Topic, just to let you know
Very
where
nice.
I was at 10 years ago in junior high. Junior high Zale was in a dark place.
I used to go to Hot
A
Topic
lot
though.
of pop punk.
There was
going on.
there was nowhere else in the mall to get like Metallica and AFI
Right?
t-shirts though. I had to
was
go to Hot
stocked
Topic.
up on Blink 182 shirts. Blink 182 shirts. I was stocked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the joke is just Jack Porkins himself. I mean,
it's
the man
great.
can't even buckle
Yeah.
his own chim strap.
No caption needed. No caption needed whatsoever.
Not at all.
I got
I
mine
like your-
on.
The best
Get up.
one on my shirt is Karth.
Yes.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
I got mine on Squadron Rogue.
You got it.
The rest of it.
Yep.
So
You got it.
So just to close things down, I don't hate episode 4 by any means. I just think it's funny that people claim sacred
Well,
religiousness
whoa,
over
whoa.
episode 4. I just think it's kind of boring.
I love people that
Price
are
is
live.
Right rules.
Well, one
Can't
of these
go
days,
over.
You got to listen. You've been on the podcast like 7 times. You got to chill.
one of my favorite things is
Everyone's opinions about
no, that's the worst thing I've ever said. So one of my favorite things is when people are live with us and they yell at us and it's legitimate.
Yes, Dakota, thank you.
Is always like, I'm sorry, Travis Dunn, just be legitimate. So what he said was, what? Episode 5 is the most boring. Dagobah is so long. But is it?
I disagree with that 100%.
Because we just talked about, we're 44 minutes in and we're not even close to being off Dagobah.
Tatooine.
Or I'm sorry, Tatooine, yeah. So Dagobah, you're talking after a fucking war scene on Snow Hoth.
Yeah.
Dagobah can't be another 44 minutes. That's the argument.
I don't know
You're
exactly
saying-
how long. I'm just saying I would rather
sure-
spend extra time in a swamp with Luke training with Yoda than I would with the droids running around Tatooine.
I feel like we got
Every
a
fucking day.
lot story-wise out of Luke being on Dagobah.
Yeah.
More so than Tatooine almost.
Yes, absolutely.
We got
So-
so much more character development.
Yeah.
So my question / argument / I don't give a fuck. Because I want to see what's your name?
I'm ready.
Who the fuck am I?
Ronnie.
Zale
Ronnie.
Organa.
Big Z.
What I want to say is episode 4. For the time, how would you have made it better? Because the argument is it's not quick enough, or you spend too much time, or there's
couldn't
dusty
have.
droids. Stop for a second. Because I think
I'm gonna keep.
I don't think you could have made it better because
No.
you are setting up so much. Well,
I don't think you could. I don't think you have to. And there's
I'm
something
gonna-
that needs to change about episode 4.
I'm gonna start with Zale.
There's so much exposition given on
The wife's
Tatooine.
son.
Like
Stop using big words.
Almost
Exposition.
every second, they give so much exposition and story and background. I know you just said to stop. So much world building and story and background given almost every other sentence on Tatooine. There's no way you can avoid it. I just don't think you could do any better.
Yeah, I agree. And
it's
totally fine.
it's a necessary evil.
Yes, and that's totally fine, and I'm cool with that.
Shinobi in the house.
What? So
I just don't have to make it my favorite just because it was the first one.
no,
That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
I think there's an argument both ways, easily both ways. Like
Yes.
it's a first, it sets everything up, regardless of how much it sets up. It does set up pretty much everything. It's a starting point. It's the
Yes.
kickoff. Baker Mayfield takes over, or what the fuck?
First and 10, here we are live from Cleveland, 25-yard line.
but it's not necessarily the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's all I.
Definitely
So
not the
let,
best.
so let me ask you this, because I have a very strong opinion on this.
Can't wait to hear your strong opinion.
Well, let me ask you, what's the best starting off kickoff?
Episode 3, all day.
Stop talking for 2.5 hours. What's the best starting kickoff? Not even like trilogy, but like long lasting. What do you even want to call it? Saga film? Because I feel like
Film universe. Whatever.
well, yeah. So you have a lot there, like Fellowship of the Ring. There's Aliens. You have, which I'm gonna say right now, I think is the best kickoff. The first Terminator. Mm-hmm. I feel like
that's a good call.
was not only just groundbreaking and like world setting, but it was like, holy fuck, what's happening the entire time.
Yeah.
Like you left that movie wanting so much more.
Episode 4 felt like, well, and it was at the beginning, just a film and done.
Could have been its own thing.
It could have
easily.
been, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
But
perfect.
I
The good guys
think-
win, it's over.
But I think Terminator, the first one, could have been the same thing.
Yeah, it's true.
But she drives off into the desert like knowing about the future. It leaves it fairly open ended. Way more so, I think, than episode 4. Terminator.
No,
the original.
I agree. Yeah,
Oh, when, Arnold dies and smush, yeah.
that's also one of the more scarier films I've ever seen.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
Like,
that
as a
in-
kid?
I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah.
It's
But she
terrifying. Like,
ends that driving off into the desert, like talking about like the future and knowing like what's
No,
going to
that's
come
that's
and all that.
Judgment
I
Day,
feel
I
like
thought.
it,
No, that's
number
the end of
one.
one. She's like
That's the end of
recording
one.
on that
Oh.
recorder.
So
So,
I
she's
feel like
like
they-
leaving notes for
they
her
set
son.
up for a sequel way more, I think, so
That's true.
than episode 4 does.
hello, children. Is that's a full
Three
out-
dog.
Three dog here.
Welcome, Carlos. Thank you for tuning in.
My favorite Terminator movie is Judgment Day, not even close.
Yeah, I think so.
Kerner's opinions. You want to make Star Wars better? Less saying to more smoke shows.
That's actually a valid opinion. That's great.
That's accurate. Very.
That's
Very
the one
good.
thing lacking. Natalie Portman's the only smoke show in all of Star Wars.
Midriff
Is she not?
Queen.
Name another.
And when she
50
falls off that troop transport, too much sand. Too
gotta-
much sand on the titties.
Shinobi just gave. Shinobi just gave us the episode title, so let me text this to myself real quick.
50 Shades of Sand.
Globalist show?
All right.
Sandy titties, no good.
No, when she's in her white. Oh, God.
You got to stop. You got to stop. No one even knows what you're talking about.
All right, guys. What we're gonna
Angianosis.
get into is the goddamn beer review.
Why? Okay, on Battlefront 2, why is she not a hero right now with the mid. Boom.
Because they don't understand how to make a game and
Back
update
scratch,
it.
You're
back
actually-
scratch or no?
What?
Both.
With
Different
back
skins.
scratch.
So they
That's-
can make more
Two
money.
skins.
That's the DLC.
Oh, the battle scratch from the. What's that species?
You know, the kitty cat.
Yeah.
The Rathtar.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
No,
This
it's not
is
a red.
high quality podcast material right now.
The one bowl thing, like,
To
kills
answer,
it. What it said.
okay, we got to stop. To answer your question, I'm not 100% sure what I would say is like the best like film universe kickoff
See, that's a
entry
great
number
question.
one.
Fast and Furious, clearly.
I've
No.
never.
That is not true.
No.
I have never seen Alien.
Actually, the Matrix, the Matrix's kickoff is great.
Oh, great
That's a good
point.
one.
with
Yeah.
with Trinity
Yeah.
is
No, Matrix.
Only listen.
The
He
only
just
thing-
said The Matrix, and his only comment about the film was the lead whammon in the film.
because you told me.
Matrix was good. Trinity smoke show.
No,
Roll the
because
dice.
you told me the opening scene. The opening scene is Trinity running from the agents.
He's talking about the first entry in a film universe, like the first film.
Oh, I
Like
thought you
Star
meant
Wars
the first
kicks
scene.
off. No, Star Wars kicks off with A New
Oh.
Hope, and it's kind of slow and boring. So what other film universe does it better?
Matrix is great.
Matrix is a good choice, though.
I was saying. I thought you meant the scene. I thought you meant
but
the
they
scene.
don't follow
Beer
up
League?
well with the sequels.
Clearly,
the
Beer
sequels
League.
to Matrix are kind of.
No, the Reload is good, but Revolutions is bad.
I need to watch them again. The first time that I watched The Matrix all the way through,
Whoa,
1
whoa,
through
whoa.
3, I was like, 3 is fucking sweet.
Yeah,
What are
three
people
is-
pissed about?
Wait a
3
second.
they course correct, but 2 is like,
So we're not. So what
Wait,
my.
what?
So maybe there's two questions there because what would be the best first film?
And the weakest like wrap up.
Well, no, but like
Or the best
I feel like
sequel.
there's more there. Like Is it the best setup or is it the best first film? Because the setup could mean a lot more. Like I feel like.
Semantics.
So I feel but I feel like Matrix might be the
I
best
thought
setup.
you meant the scene because the opening scene with Trinity is great.
What else is
Nothing
there?
to do with her outfit or the way she looks.
What else is there? You know what? Another one I would say, Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one, balls deep in
Dude,
all of it.
That
fucking
does
choice.
get.
Toy
That's
Story?
a really good one.
Toy Story.
I agree.
Alien.
Opening.
I would just say Toy
It's hard
Story
for me to
no
remember the
because
opening
it's so
scene.
closed as a story.
Okay, what is the opening scene in the original Toy Story? You're going back to 95.
I'm not talking about
opening
scenes.
scene.
Damn it, Kerner.
Oh, movie.
Stop looking like we're cutting you off, bro. Just chill.
Kerner, stop.
Say it.
Ophelia over here is pissed about you
Ophelia.
talking.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Anyways, all right, we're moving on.
No,
I've had enough about
The
this.
original Toy Story, yeah, legit.
What'd I just say? We're moving on. Let's go.
I want one last one. Go. First best film though of an extending series. Go.
Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, that was good.
That's not good. That's
Iron
not that
Man.
great.
Iron Man.
Well, if he's going there,
Alright.
then X-Men 1.
Fair enough.
The Hangover.
Wow, you're
The
trash.
Hangover.
Never coming on the podcast again. Enjoy your Kerner
I
while you
already
can.
said The Matrix. Jeez Louise.
I think
I-
The Matrix was a good choice.
God.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I legitimately might change it because I was thinking Terminator. I really love the Terminators, even though you like the Terminator 2 better. I think the first one is one of my favorites. I'm changing it to Pirates of the Caribbean. I would watch that more often.
Is the opening scene in the original? He's talking to the
smoke show?
The colonel. The colonel. Colonel. I'm Colonel. Oh, pull that shit up.
R.I.P. Kerner.
I'm not
That's-
gonna pull up every single fucking movie that was ever made. It
right.
ain't gonna happen.
So as we do every episode, you already opened yours, you
You're gonna pee.
frang.
I didn't
Dakota.
drink it. I just opened it. I was preparing.
Dakota, Alien does not get worse every film. Excuse you.
What are you doing? How are you gonna get out of this? You're locked in.
God.
Lock the door. He's not coming back. I'm done.
Come
I've
back
had
with
enough.
some ham sandwiches.
Hey, in about 30 seconds, Kerner's gonna be pissed.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Very funny.
All right, what we're gonna get into is our annual beer review because fuck.
Why does your mic keep cutting out? Is it, it's like not plugged in all the way. or-
Annual.
Yeah, it's,
annual.
make sure it's plugged in all the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Annual. Anal.
There you go. As soon as you
you
started saying anal, you're good to go.
anal beer
Yes.
review.
Anal butt
Sorry.
chug.
There we go. Okay, that's a little okay.
Sorry?
Annual butt chug.
Dakota's pissed over here. Alien 1 is like he's all caps. I gotta stop.
Yeah,
I can't even
Alien
read it.
2 is pretty good. Alien 3, huh.
Alien 4. You know what's actually really good that I like? That's a bad movie.
Prometheus and the sequels.
Well, first of all, Prometheus is mediocre at best, but Alien versus Predator is actually really good.
I'm sorry,
Do
you just
people-
said Prometheus is worse than Alien versus Predator.
Yeah,
Do people include the versus Predator in the franchise?
I would hope not.
I was gonna say.
I
That doesn't
understand
really-
why
that
they
doesn't-
wouldn't,
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah, I
count.
hope that's not in the
Yeah.
the proper franchise canon.
but
Okay.
I truly enjoy Alien versus Predator. I love how they mesh the two. I think it
It
makes
was
like
good.
sense.
Did you hear recently about how Ripley was supposed to appear in the most recent Predator?
The Predator. Oh, the most. No,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
cool.
allegedly she was supposed to have a post-credit scene.
That would be sick.
That would have been dope. They didn't do it. Why? I don't know.
Well, talk about it.
Dumb.
And
And that's the news.
that's the news. Thank you guys for tuning.
Beer review.
Beer review. We've got Land Grant Smellin S-Melon.
God, it's so
Beer review.
I have stiff arm.
Can't believe I never did that before.
You got the Smellin right here.
Well, I'm not drinking stiff
Hey,
arm
it's like
anymore.
the Melton. Mopar Melton.
don't know who that is. So
No one knows his last name. It doesn't
Oh,
count.
the
Get that out of here.
Oh, the globalist shell.
Hey, everybody! I fucked up.
Turner's officially not the worst person on
God
this podcast.
damn it!
Do the ham sandwich.
Shit happens.
All right, well, fuck me.
That's not me.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I spilled a beer.
I'll be
so
right back.
I'm not going to be
Foul.
asked back.
Alcohol abuse. Shit happens, man. We've all done it.
Beer's a 0.
Oh,
I can't
man,
taste
it's
it.
dripping everywhere.
I can't do anything about it right now. It's fine. I'll just wash the table when we get up. It's no big deal. You're uninvited.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm just kidding. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big
It's
deal.
just beer. Trust me, every Monday morning it smells like beer in here, whether we spill something or not. So it's nothing. I haven't. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Alien.
So what were you saying? Well,
I've never seen any
I'm
of them.
offended that Mopar thinks that Prometheus isn't a good movie.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
I've
comment.
never seen any of them.
Oh, Prometheus
I'm a
is the
bad
most
human.
recent Alien that connects to Prometheus is like a pseudo
I thought there was
sequel.
one after Prometheus.
It counts as like a pseudo sequel to Prometheus. It continues on. It does so much backstory and world building for the Alien franchise that it's hard to ignore. I mean, it talks about the origins of the aliens and the xenomorphs. So it's hard to ignore.
Is Alien versus Predator in that timeline at all?
Yes.
I really hope people aren't not putting that as part of the franchise.
They do though, because they have they have a predator skull or an alien skull on one of the ships in the movies. That's unrelated, so they like tie it back in.
Dakota, Prometheus is very good. Mopar is
And
drunk
like I
and
said,
doesn't know
most
what he's
recently
saying.
they were trying to tie in like Ripley and all the alien stuff into the Predators.
What about the Batman vs Predator? Does that count in this series? I saw that comic book.
I mean, if that's the case, then Batman joining the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Dude,
Oh,
that
did
was
that happen too?
Dude,
That's
was
a
so awesome.
recent comic this year as well.
I need to read that.
Why are we
shit.
not reading that right now?
It's really good. I'm gonna be honest.
Padilla in the house.
Thanks for getting tiles, Mopar.
Cheers.
Thank you for fixing my fuck ups.
Let's drink this.
This is definitely episode 3 Anakin right here.
Landgrave.
Oh, well, cheers.
Smelling.
Ding-a-ling, you bang rangs.
Ding-a-ling and cheers and
Ding-a-ling.
wings.
Oh,
Let
he's
you bang
spilling
around.
beer and we spilling more beer. It's okay.
Everyone chill.
I'm chill, man.
That's the name of the episode. Ding-a-ling, you bang rangs.
I already got the name of the episode. It's fine.
Well,
The can has basset hounds on a
So
skateboard.
wait, you
so-
savages are telling me that Batman teams up with my all-time favorite growing up shit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right now?
Absolutely.
And I haven't read this shit.
Oh, it's a real thing.
I'm about to leave. I gotta go. No, I want.
It was like a
right.
several issue crossover.
Nice.
That's awesome.
simmer down, guests.
Yes, please.
Simmer down.
Everyone chill.
What we're going to talk about right now is the beer review.
It's pretty tasty.
Land Grant Smellin'. It's an Imperial IPA.
This is your standard.
You're right.
Standard shit.
It
No,
does have...
it's not. It's Imperial and it's citrusy.
You think it's citrusy?
You're
think
right.
so.
It's got a little
It's
different.
trying.
Kick.
It has melon in the name. I feel like that's kind of what it's going for.
They do do a
Thumbs up to
poet.
Padilla.
Hello, Star Wars Remix. Thanks for joining us.
They do a poem.
I hope
Yeah.
you are not too offended
Thumbs
by
up
what
to
we
Star
say.
Wars Remix's Prometheus comment.
Oh, yeah.
You've caught the scent. Now there's no stopping until you uncover massive hop satisfaction.
It's got the extra hops in it.
Smellin'.
Satisfaction. I like that.
It's quoting super bad.
We added heaps of... Oh, I hate that.
Hops.
I hate that. Heaps of hops.
Hops.
We've added heaps of hops.
Just to get that
throughout the brewing
alliteration in
process.
there, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we go. Of the biotransformation.
What?
Dry hopping technique.
Biotransformative.
Oh, you're right. Simcoe, which we always like for whatever reason.
Always.
Whenever we see Simcoe, we do generally enjoy. And it says something along the lines of huge whiffs and tastes of watermelon / honeydew.
That's what I was saying.
Tropical fruit.
This shit's legit.
All right,
Yeah, it's not bad.
Commander. What? Hey,
I'm thinking a 2 right off the bat. It's good for an Imperial. It's not like overpowering, which is always important.
I would argue it's great for an Imperial
It's very good. Yeah.
because usually Imperials start getting into really, really heavy stuff, and they all start tasting the same.
Yeah, you can go way overboard easily.
Well, and IPAs, yeah. Well, as soon as you hit anywhere near 10,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, everything tastes the same. This does not taste the same,
It's very true.
I would argue. Commander,
My name's not Commander.
say something.
Lord. Say my name correct.
One of these times you're going to be right.
I usually like to avoid any Imperial entanglements, but this is legit. I give it a 3.
I forgive all your past transgressions. That was a good quote.
Yeah.
Zale?
One of these days.
No, I agree. I normally avoid any Imperial entanglements as well. I'm not a big IPA guy, but this is
Dude, that's good.
this smelling is taking the cake. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Sounds like you might be an IPA guy. You just haven't had the right IPAs.
I think that could be true.
So wait, so-
I'm mostly a dark
actually-
beer guy. Mostly a dark beer guy, porters and stouts kind of guy. But this is catching my fancy.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm gonna do my thing before I get into that. Imperial IPA. Not a fan of normal Imperial IPAs. I'll drink them. They're usually like, let me have one beer to cover 3. This is very tasty. I'm not a big watermelon fan. I enjoy watermelon. Don't enjoy it in my beer. I'm gonna
Yes.
give it a strong 2.
Yes.
That's kind of where I'm at.
I agree 7,000%. I said 2 out of 3.
I don't think the watermelon is too overpowering.
No, I don't think it is either. No,
I think
it's
it's subtle enough that I enjoy it.
well, and to be fair, I hate saying that.
To be fair, it's drinkable. Like we said.
Here
Drinkable.
we are. Even like with everything involved, I said I'm not a Imperial fan. I'm not a watermelon fan. Usually,
still like the beer.
usually really strong IPAs are like sometimes borderline.
Right.
Still a strong 2.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's good beer.
It's one of those ones you could put a few down of.
Yes.
You know, I'm more like since I'm a
Well, you
more
put
darker
one, you
beer
put one
guy.
down, didn't you?
I'm more
Put 3.5 on my table
I
right
put
here.
one on the table. I'm a darker beer guy, so normally those you can only put 1 or 2 down in a night kind of thing, because they're so
Do you do the same with the
they're
darker
heavy.
beers?
One or
That's what I'm
two?
saying with the stouts and the porters. You generally only put 1 or 2 down in a night. You start off the night with those because they're
Didn't you
they're
start off
heavier,
with
they're
High Life?
they're higher in alcohol content.
I drank
But
like
this
6
is one you
IPAs
could,
yesterday
this is
before
one.
11.
This is a good craft beer you could put down a few of.
Whoa, didn't you pregame with Miller Low Life?
Excuse me. Yes, I did pregame with Miller Low Life,
Oh my god!
Bud Side Life.
Stop.
Miller High Life, but I followed it up with a porter that was a 9.4. You know,
You know, it's one of the
APV.
saddest things I've ever thought about is every time people say High Life, I think of Jackass because of Ryan Dunn gets he gets the shit kicked out of him by that like Japanese boxer, and as soon as he like gets knocked out, he's like, I could really go for a fucking Miller High Life right now. I'm like, that makes me so sad.
that Korean
Ra-
kickboxer or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And they introduce him and they're like, Ryan Dunn.
So wait, was that like a challenge? From Did
Yeah.
Ryan Dunn try to fight a kickboxer?
It was a woman
Oh,
kickboxer,
yeah.
and she beats the fuck out
Why
of him.
would he do that?
Because he made money from being on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
yeah. Cheers to
Didn't
all
he?
the
Yeah.
all the
I'd let a
original
female-
Jackass guys.
I'd let a female kickboxer kick the shit out of me if it was for money.
Me too.
I would let anyone kick the shit out of me. Kerner.
No.
I'm going to set a pair of dice in front of Kerner and force him to not roll them and see how long it takes, and we'll bet on it. How about that? That'll make for a good game.
I would grab them instantly and roll them.
That's what
You
I
know
would
what
bet
would
on.
be interesting is like we should set up parameters
So beer's 2 out of 3 officially,
for
right?
Kerner to go out for an entire night, and there should be parameters like choosing a different beer is rolling the dice, going to these 100 bars are rolling the dice, talking to women with larger than C cups, rolling a dice.
Sounds like we're about to make a drinking game out of Kerner's
I already
drinking.
did that plenty of times.
and you lost every day.
Jesus, Kerner.
Well, this is a strong. I think overall, I think we're doing a 2
Moving along.
out of 3.
Move along.
Yes, move along.
Move along.
I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
That's
We
the
should
bad
have
thing.
Ferner,
Yeah, it's fine.
Kite, Gina Carano. Are you referring to Gina Carano, Mr. Padilla?
Oh, I think so.
You just said we need to have Ferner, Kite, Gina. That's
No.
what you just said.
Kerner fight Gina.
I understand what he typed. I'm just telling you.
Carano.
I'm just telling you what you said.
There will be no fighting, Padilla. She could do whatever she wants.
All right.
Jakota's right though. It's the time for stouts.
Not well. He's the stouter porter man.
Stouterino.
Winter is the time. for dark
Stouterizer.
beer.
Stouterator.
What I want to get into right now.
I like dark beer, but
There's a time for it.
in certain
So, yeah,
allocations.
allocations.
That's the word I was looking for.
At certain points, I think I do like more like spiced ales, and you get those brown ales. And
I'm getting more and more scared of those, actually.
why is that?
One night, I had like 5 Christmas-themed beers. Hungover as shit.
Christmas ale?
Another night, I had like 14 of whatever
Dude.
I wanted, and I felt fine the next
It's the
day.
Telling
sugar,
you.
man.
Dude, there's something going on in Christmas
The
ales.
globalists.
No, I'm telling you.
I haven't had a Great Lakes Christmas ale in a while. I don't
I'm
think they're that
telling
good
you.
anymore.
It's because it doesn't say holiday ale. It's a Christmas ale.
Every
They're
time
globalists.
I drink a Christmas ale, I fucking throw up. every time.
I think that's a problem that you
Well-
need to talk about with your psychologist.
They don't do it for me anymore.
I've never-
I've banned myself from anything Christmas, anything ale. Nope.
I've never been a huge fan.
I'm on like a 20 game hitting streak. I've been throwing them since August from partying, and I partied like 20.
but you
times.
shit yourself 3 times a week.
No, once a year ish.
Oh my God, Kerner.
Oh, Carter, stop.
We need to like legitimately.
You guys need to switch spots. You just sit out there and make me sandwiches, and I want to have her on the podcast because I
All
can't. I'm serious. I'm half serious.
Yeah.
I'm cereal.
I'm
Cereal
serious.
sounds great
Well,
too.
you guys were talking about your boy. Oh,
How ADD are you right now?
I was reading Dakota's shit. Oh man. You guys kept talking about movie openings. Now it got me thinking about video game openings.
Okay.
What's
Keep talking.
Mass Effect.
like the best video game opening? What's
Mass
the
Effect.
Well, first
Mass
of all,
Effect.
Never played it.
KOTOR.
Andor Spire is
Stop.
not great.
There's only 2.
And
That's
it's
the
the
one
greatest
thing.
one, the first one.
As much as
No.
I'm balls deep in KOTOR, the opening to KOTOR is rough. Endar Spire, Terrace takes my first playthrough took me like 8 hours because I know what I was doing. I was like 13. Like, yeah, you gotta let Zale in. It locks automatically for some reason.
For some reason, so people don't break into my studio and steal my shit. That's the reason.
Well, let's talk about it. Okay, Zale, let him put his headset on. Did you play KOTOR?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, yeah. We're talking about video game openings now. What's the best video game opening? We're talking about how KOTOR is rough to start. It's rough until Dantooine.
So what I would like to actually,
Until Dantooine, it's rough. The Raghouls
Just
suck.
like A New Hope.
It is.
It's
what
like, but I'm telling you, like the struggle is like makes it better. Like same with like Jedi Outcast. The struggle is terrible. You're playing the first person shooter. It's like this sucks. You get your lightsaber. You're fucking like, here we go.
what I would like to ask is, instead of like the best first game, is actually the best opening like
Yeah, the best.
scene.
Yeah.
Like what's fun? Like you start up a game and you're like, fuck, like this is like it.
Yeah.
What like wowed you? Like it could be the oldest game ever. And you start and you're like, what am I doing? This is crazy.
Something like Halo, probably.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I
Halo
was.
2.
Halo 2.
Yeah.
Because they board your ship
That's
and you're
right.
like,
KOTOR's
what the
slow.
fuck?
Mass Effect is slow as fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
even the first Halo was pretty sweet. That you're right in a little. You come out of your whatever.
How does that? Keep going.
You're like in the
the
meditation.
cryo tube or whatever.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, thank you. The cryo
that's
tube.
You come
almost-
out and they like test.
They're
that's
like,
how you set
okay,
your
Master.
controls.
Okay, Master Chief, go this way. Go
Yeah,
this
yeah.
way, and then the Covenant come like quickly after
Episode
that.
2, like they're boarding your ship and you're like, Jesus.
Halo's got the best settings, like in-game justification for setting your hood that I've ever seen. Though.
Well, just it like fits into the whole
right.
game. I agree.
I concur.
KOTOR 2's got a pretty solid opening.
Never say that
No,
again.
You're talking
Come
about Paragus?
It's as bad as A New Hope. You run around as a droid.
Yeah.
You deactivate mines for a half
Well,
hour.
what's funny actually about that? You can skip all that.
But I mean the first cutscene with the Sith.
With,
That takes like 7 hours to get to.
It does, but like,
with Darth Sion on.
yeah,
Yeah,
Paragus.
I enjoyed that.
No, we got to go like literally
I
opening.
only played through KOTOR 2 twice. Once on light side, once on dark side.
I've only ever played through once.
We got to go
Only
literal
twice.
openings though, because I love Mass Effect dearly, but I just started it up again to play through the entire trilogy, and getting into the first mission and then actually where you're on your own and you can do whatever you want in Mass Effect 1 takes so fucking long.
You know,
The opening mission, the training, the dialogue, and then getting to the Citadel before you can actually leave the Citadel takes like 3 hours.
all right, this is going to be a legitimate question. Because I'm going back retro. Because I'm trying to think. Because most of the newer games,
I have a first thought from retro, but go.
most of the newer games have like setups for a better start. But like Mario 64 is like a, hey bitch, go do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, the
It's
little
a
guy.
me.
Wait, with the guy in the cloud with the camera drops
Yeah.
you down.
Yeah.
That's the intro.
But then it's like open. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you go into the bomb planet.
But with that
Let's
argument,
go.
I'd
Then
say
you
Super
go.
Mario Sunshine.
I didn't
Keep
play
going.
it.
That opening with Super
play it.
Mario Sunshine is so great when you're on the plane and you land in Delfino. You get off the plane, you're like, oh shit, there's like this
Is
muck everywhere
Mario in
at the
California?
airport. Basically, yeah.
I haven't played it.
Delphus, Ohio.
Isle Delfino.
There's a lot.
Delphus Isle.
There's a lot of good openings to games. The opening, not to bring up God of War.
Pokemon's bad.
Okay, God of War though.
Yes,
It's like that
Pokemon
whole
is also
series
bad.
is.
It's funny how
Yeah.
like
the opening's great when you fight the Hydra in the first one.
I think the opening of number 3
I didn't play it, so I can't comment on it. I know.
Of what
it wraps
game?
up the series. Great. I know they made more.
We're
but
talking about God of War.
3 is a great.
off of what Mopar was just saying, I think it's funny. He mentioned Pokemon's slow. I think it's funny how some of our most revered games have the slowest fucking openings.
yeah,
of all
that's
time.
like
true.
Dark Souls is a
Dark
that's
Souls is bad. Pokemon's bad.
that's like
Mass
the-
Effect's bad. KOTOR's bad.
You know, it's like
fun-
the part of it, like the struggle. Like
Yeah.
Jedi Outcast 2
yeah,
is so bad
I agree.
for the first like 3 hours.
And
then
actually-
once you get your lightsaber on Dantooine,
Jakota said Arkham Asylum. That is a good
That
fucking
is
opening.
true. That's good.
It's
Yeah.
cinematic from step
Whoa!
one.
That's a great opening. That's
See,
such a
Resident
good
Evil
point.
6.
We haven't
I'm so
played it.
pissed. No, and I know. I was just trying to think of, because I played 4 and I've started 5 with you, but I've watched cutscenes of 6 and how it starts, and it's given me like goosebumps just thinking about it.
that's the crazy thing. A great game will give you fucking goosebumps.
Yeah, but you get
Maybe.
scared at Mario's, like,
No,
I've never gotten goosebumps.
He takes his
from
hat off.
Mario.
You're like, oh shit.
no.
Like Bowser has never given me goosebumps.
Kingdom Hearts gave me goosebumps. Kingdom
That's
Hearts
a
is
bad thing.
The Kingdom,
Alright.
Kingdom Hearts is legit.
nude volleyball gives me goosebumps. That's
I mean, who doesn't?
what does that mean?
Well,
Who
it
doesn't
wasn't-
give me
wasn't
goosebumps?
the
Who
question.
doesn't get goosebumps from nude
It
volleyball?
wasn't. It wasn't nude volleyball. What was that?
Why?
What was that stupid volleyball game?
Dead or alive.
Yeah, those games are so bad, but I didn't buy them. I don't know why.
They were so bad. I don't know why I didn't purchase them, pay money for them.
They had a very specific
Trying to cover up his
purpose.
track record of video games. Yeah.
My official best beginning. See, you know what's funny is when we said
Every time I think we're onto a new topic,
no, but no, it's a good point. See, it's a good point and a bad point because I think what was it? Dark Souls 3 starts off with that boss.
yeah,
That's the craziest thing, and it's not an easy boss.
it's just letting you know from day one we're not fucking around.
No, I think that is maybe one of the greatest starts. Like, you're fucked. And if you want to keep going,
Then you're gonna love the game.
have you ever played Dark Souls?
And when they came out with Dark Souls 3, they were like, I mean, that because Dark Souls, this franchise already kind of had a reputation
Yep.
for being this hard ass.
Unforgivable, yeah.
Exactly. So they were like, we'll set the tone with this. We'll let you know what the fuck is going on.
Dakota said Dark Souls 3 is a boss.
Damn
That's
right.
very true.
Damn right.
The dude, I had played the first one,
Padilla with the
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance call. Good call.
Ooh,
hear
I'm excited
good
for the
things.
third one.
How does the
I'm
how,
so excited for it on
Yeah.
Switch.
how does
Yeah.
it start?
I don't remember.
Like, here we go.
Oh, you're on top of the helicarrier.
Yeah, you're on the helicarrier.
Doctor Doom like attacks the helicarrier or something like that.
Yep.
Or Loki attacks it. I can't
No,
remember.
it's Doctor Doom.
Loki.
Because the whole thing is going through kind of Doctor Doom. I know at least you end the game at Doctor Doom in Latveria.
He's the bad guy. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But anyways, yeah, I'm glad that you speak highly of Dark Souls. Still one of my
So
favorite
wait,
franchises
It
ever.
pisses everything off.
Do we have our definitive best opening?
No.
It's hard.
No, it doesn't matter either.
Halo 2 is like cream of the crop for me, though. Like, it's way the fuck. Like, it's so
Dude,
fun.
for me, no joke, Star Fox 64. Do a barrel roll. It's fucking great. Slippy?
And that's all you're doing?
Yeah.
Slippy.
It's legit.
Oh, yeah, you're trash.
No. That's a great opening to a game. No, it's
No,
not.
I'm just
Slippy
saying
the
you are
Frog,
trash.
really?
No.
As a human being, you are trash.
No.
Mid-draft.
Natalie Portman's midriff. It's great, yeah. But I'm talking about.
We rest our case, right? Yes?
No, I'm talking about. No, the opening does. No, you had N64, right? The opening to Star Fox is great.
What's Star Fox?
Star Fox 64 with Falco, Slippy.
Why does it have to be 64? Why can't it be 32?
Because that's the name of the system.
Yeah, they all lost me.
Dude,
Hold on.
the opening.
All right, we're done. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
It's a great
No,
opening.
stop.
Do a
It's
barrel
over.
roll.
Done.
Who's the rabbit?
All right, guys.
What's the rabbit's name? I need to know the rabbit's name.
Kerner, listen.
Hoppy.
That's not it.
Flappy. Just
Might be floppy. It
No.
legit might be floppy.
Slippy. No.
jumpy.
No, there's the frog, Falco. Someone pull that shit up. Pull that shit up.
Flyco.
No, pull. I actually.
I'm not young Jamie. I'm not gonna pull shit up for you. It ain't gonna happen.
What's the
I actually-
rabbit from Star Fox?
Ronnie.
Actually, tell me the rabbit from Star Fox. What's his name?
I can't hand you.
It's actually bothering me. I need to know the name. Someone in the chat.
Yeah,
please.
they'll get it. So what I want to get into, well, let's get back to Star Wars here.
Please.
So this is like a legitimate, obvious thing.
What?
So quick to anger.
Dakota says we're all quick to anger. Yes, because I'm trying to talk about motherfucking openings to movies like Slippy. What was his name? Slippy's midriff?
No, the
Slippy's
the
midriff.
rabbit. What's the rabbit's name?
Peppy.
I legit think it's Hoppy,
Oh,
dude.
is it Peppy the hare?
Oh shit, it might be Peppy.
On to Star Wars, please, Mopar. Save this podcast.
Okay.
SOS.
So this is one of the most obvious things that's ever done and been said about Star Wars.
Yes.
So episode 5.
Yes. Terrible.
Stop.
What?
Episode 5. There was an interview with. We talked about this earlier. An interview with Mark Hamill, and he was talking about the reveal of
Old news.
Darth Vader is your father, and they were asking him about it. So he was saying, blah, 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 Irvin Kershner and George Lucas came to me and told me, so I had like the biggest reveal of all time that I had to keep whatever. And he was talking about, well, before it was supposed to be search your feelings, you know it to be true, Obi-Wan Kenobi killed your father.
Ooh.
Which is from.
I have heard this.
So, first of all, Kerner, shut the fuck up. I thought
Second, third, and fourth of all, keep shutting up. Keep going.
I thought this is the most obvious thing I've ever heard, but I've never heard it like spoken to me. Like we just had Mark Hamill say the legitimate, and I guess
It's not obvious to me, actually. That's surprising.
so. Well, yeah, but like retconned, you're like, even retconned that makes so much sense.
Well, to be clear though, it was that's what they told Mark Hamill on set.
Not
Yeah.
only
That's what he
He-
reacts
he-
to. That's not necessarily what they
Yeah,
had
that's what he
intended
reacted to,
for the
yeah.
series.
Yeah.
whoa. So, but you continue. What did you just say?
But yeah, that's what he reacted to.
It's what he
Obi-Wan
reacted
killed your
to.
father. David Prowse said that on set.
Correct.
He said,
David Prowse
what?
said,
I never knew that.
"Search your feelings to be true. You know it."
Obi-Wan killed your father.
Obi-Wan.
The last thing I had heard about that scene was that nobody knew except for George and Irving, and they told everybody on set
No, James Earl Jones.
right before they shot the scene. So it was a shock.
James Earl Jones said the line, and he thought, "Oh, he's lying." He thought Vader was lying.
Because David Prowse
Yeah.
in the suit said
Right.
Obi-Wan
Right,
killed
yeah,
your father.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
And
Mark-
that supposedly his "no, that can't be true" was reaction to
that.
him saying Obi-Wan.
Oh, man. I never knew that.
Which
Wow.
lines up. It lines up either way. Yeah.
Isn't that fucked?
But I thought Mark Hamill knew, George Lucas knew, and Irvin Kershner, and that's it.
Those were the
Damn.
3. Yeah, from my understanding, those
I
were the 3.
think
Obi-Wan was a murder snake.
I'm referring to the Empire of Dreams documentary. Who has seen Empire of Dreams? Have you seen Empire of Dreams?
Yes.
Yes.
But I thought they told
No?
Mark Hamill after the fact.
In the chat, who has seen Empire of Dreams?
2 people. No one cares.
That does line up, actually, though. I mean, that's a common movie trope is somebody's an actual bad guy that is trying to get on the good side of the hero and, like,
Right.
convince them, right? And then it comes out at the end of the movie that
They're
they killed their
traitor.
dad or they're
Yeah.
traitorous or whatever, and then they turn on him. So, yeah, that would have been really fucking interesting.
It wouldn't.
Man.
I'm not saying it wouldn't have been. It is. The fucker said
Careful with your mics, by the way.
Obi-Wan killed your father. All right, let's just walk through this.
Dia, you fell asleep to Empire of Dreams. I'm pissed. Force choke.
Imagine though if they had that where Anakin,
Play it out. Yeah.
Luke's father, and Darth Vader were separate characters.
Yeah. So that means Darth Vader, who he's been yelling at, and who's talking fucking to,
Wasn't his father.
was saying like Darth. First of all, his name could have still been Darth. Like they could have like retconned a lot of shit out. Like Darth
Mr.
isn't.
Vader.
Yeah, it would have been his first name still. Darth Vader would have been still an evil character. He was never even good.
He's a Master Vader.
Good try.
I'll be here all week. Master Vader.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm just running through. Like, all right.
So wait,
The
when did-
prequels-
okay,
the
wait,
prequels-
When did
alright.
you wait? When did you initially know this? Not to be that guy one upper. I've known this for a while. When did you initially?
It was like past week.
Jesus.
It was past minute for me. Jesus.
Yeah. What the? Okay. Like I said, before I knew you savages, I was balls deep for.
The last thing that I heard was that nobody knew, and they told them right before they shot it. So they was obviously still shocked. But I had no idea that David Prowse in the suit said Obi-Wan killed your father. I had no idea.
Dude.
Until just now.
Amateur shit.
Amateur
Revan,
hour.
Revan and Bastila
And you run a Star Wars
Cart-
podcast.
fucking.
Why we
I'm
don't run
ashamed.
it? We don't run it. We're just on it,
You can't
It's
know
true.
everything. It's hard.
and
yeah.
we power it with our drunkenness.
I love how Karth is on here.
Carolina Prepper, what's going on, man?
He says you're one ball deep.
Karth is the best.
Let me ask you this though,
Ask it.
because I know we just touched on it, but if Obi-Wan were to kill, I mean, at that point it was Anakin Skywalker.
From a
'Cause they
certain
had-
point of view, it kind of did.
Whoa! They had talked about Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi on Hoth. Didn't he mention he ceased?
A young Jedi named Darth Vader.
No, you're thinking of 6 again.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's where it
after
gets messed
Vader
up.
tells him, and then Obi-Wan
Yeah.
explains it.
I was gonna say that doesn't even add up. All right, so
No, but I mean, he almost did. Like Obi-Wan left Mustafar.
From a certain
I would
point
have
of
to.
view.
I would have to read the novelization of 3, but he left Mustafar thinking that Anakin was dead. Yes.
wait,
Yes.
Well, yeah.
say that again.
Obi-Wan, end of 3, cuts off all of his
Yeah, oh yeah.
limbs.
In the Vader comic, yeah, he thought he was dead.
He thought he was dead. Exactly. So yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Except he didn't actually die.
Isn't that crazy?
Obi-Wan found
How
out
they almost like
post-fact.
retconned a retcon. They're like, he still thought he fucked and fucking killed Darth Vader
Yeah, Obi-Wan found out post-fact that Darth Vader was Anakin.
through a
Survived.
Tatooine. Yeah, he was in a bar.
Yeah, he was convinced he killed
He
Anakin.
said this like dark.
Oh,
they
yes,
called him
you're
the dark stormtrooper. He was on Tatooine getting hammered, watching over Luke, because that's what you do. And he's like, there was a news story that this dark stormtrooper with special powers, and he just got this like tingling. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Felt it through the
I
force.
know who that fucker is.
Yeah.
This is why
That's
Star
some
Wars
awesome
is a great.
shit.
Oh yeah, but that's a crazy thing because that's EU now.
Well, the funny part is that they don't even plan it half the time.
The fact that Obi-Wan got to Tatooine, thought his job was done, and then was just like, hey, that fucker that you killed is ruling the galaxy. You're like,
You're saying when he finds out about Vader, that's in a
He's
Legends
still
comic
alive.
or whatever.
it's in the Rise of Darth Vader. Yeah.
The book, yeah, okay.
It's like at the end, too.
I wonder if it's canonized.
It's not. It's not.
I know that book isn't, but I mean, now that book is Legends, I wonder if it is canonized how Obi-Wan finds out about. Are you leaving again? Stay out and just sit out there.
I like what Carolina just said. His job was never done, regardless of what.
Obi-Wan has one of the most.
Stop.
Kerner, give me some
Obi-Wan
ham
has
sandwiches.
one of the saddest stories in Star Wars, though.
That's why I said I would want to get hammered with him, because I would love to pick Obi-Wan's.
You know
brain.
why I like Obi-Wan and he's my favorite Star Wars character is because he's right about everything.
It's almost like
Loki, he calls everything from the beginning. He's like, Anakin, you're going fucking wrong.
Well, that's
I'm telling
true.
you, dude.
He
Whoa,
does
whoa,
have a
whoa,
bad
whoa.
feeling about it, but he does train him anyways.
Straighten that
whoa,
shit
whoa.
out. And then he's like, I had to put you down.
Whoa.
I told you.
First of all-
Mopar seems pissed.
Yeah, let's get into this, especially without him. This is some deep talk. Obi-Wan, raised by Qui-Gon, they all has said, I have a bad feeling about this.
Everyone except Qui-Gon, yes. Was like, this kid ain't right.
Well, not it's not even just about Anakin. It was the bad feeling was more than that. Cuz I feel like the bad feeling wasn't about what was direct in front of them. The bad feeling was we fucked up. Something's not going right. Obi-Wan
They just didn't know quite what it was.
says it what? 3 times in his life and while in the movies? I have a bad feeling about this. How many times does he say that?
17.
Too many.
Yeah.
He was probably and I want to hear an argument against this. He was probably the most true Jedi. The issue was true Jedi.
Luke.
Not the strongest,
Luke.
Well,
Wait, truest Jedi?
maybe.
I just want to
but-
say Luke wasn't the truest Jedi.
Luke
just
uses
because
his
he didn't
anger to
have
beat
any
Vader.
He didn't have any other Jedi to support him or show him
He was actually
necessarily
probably-
a true path. He was on his own on that.
He ended up maybe
Except
the
for
truest.
Yoda's
Which-
teaching in the beginning.
Which I complained about for a long time, but now having seen everything, that just got brighter, actually. Thank you. But now having seen everything, I actually think that does a credit to Luke. That he didn't have an entire fucking
They did it on his
dojo
own.
training him when he was 2, right?
Dude, he force chokes the Gamorreans.
He does learn so much
Dude,
on
he
his own
legitimately
and is
force
self,
chokes the Gamorreans.
and is just so self-taught.
He does. Pull that scene up.
It is
Kidding, don't need to pull the scene up. I know.
Luke's self-taughtness, whatever you want to call it, is actually the most like true thing you could do. The crazy thing is, all right,
That's what I mean. That's my whole point.
let's just talk about this though. Like in episode 8, whether you like him or not,
He's pissed.
he has the ancient Jedi text.
The ancient Jedi text.
Okay, this is actually a true question. Did the prequel Jedi have the ancient Jedi text, and was it like
They had to have. If
You would
Luke,
assume
You
it-
know
if
Keanu Mooney was balls deep in that Jedi text. Yeah, they did.
if Luke post even First Order during the First Order era has the texts, then there's no way the Jedi Temple didn't have the text.
Whoa! I think that's a legitimate question because I think once he got to Octo,
I think-
that the Jedi text might have been there.
I think the
hidden.
books were sitting
I don't
there.
think that. You
Wait,
think the
wait,
books
wait.
were sitting on
I
Octo.
think that's part of the reason that he
Were
went to
those-
Octo is
Yeah.
that the books were sitting there.
I
That's a great
agree.
point. Were those books on Act 2 the whole time?
That's yeah. I think so. That's the whole
So
point.
on Coruscant, where were the books? Chilling on Act 2 the entire time?
And that's why Yoda zapped him because he's like, "Bitch, I didn't read that shit. You got to get that shit out of here."
He didn't zap him.
I know exactly.
Thank you.
As corrupt and like whatever you want to call the Jedi Order as, I think Obi-Wan was the truest to the Jedi Order at the time, but Luke was the truest to the true meaning of a Jedi, whereas he was the truest, almost gray Jedi.
I could agree with that 100%.
Self-taught
Yes.
gray Jedi, the true definition of a Jedi, but I think Obi-Wan was the most loyal to the Order.
Not even loyal to the Order, just he was
But true embodiment
As
of the
m-
Order's teachings.
as much of a
necessarily.
Jedi as he could be with the restrictions of the Order being fucking
Exactly. It's
psycho
almost like-
zealots.
Exactly.
It's almost like the best.
Exactly.
It's the best bad cop.
Yeah.
He was the best bad cop he could have been.
Yeah, very true.
Like
But
it's a
Luke-
corrupt everything, but he was the Commissioner Gordon of the corruptness.
Exactly. But Luke was the truest, true Jedi he could have been in. Took the truest
Commissioner
path,
Obi-Wan.
self-taught path he could have been on.
Yeah, I think 8 solidifies the fact that Luke is the most Jedi we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well,
And
okay.
Obi-Wan's a close
Whoa, whoa,
second
whoa, whoa, whoa.
with his restrictions.
Let's take names out of it.
Okay.
Are we talking that he's the most truest Force user? Because I do think he gets to that point that it's beyond the Jedi. I think,
well, he
because
cuts, he cuts himself off from the Force willingly.
but when he starts talking about the Force to Rey, it's not just the Jedi teaching. He's talking about the true Force.
I think there's some underlying thing in 8 that is very subtle and people don't pick up on very much. That Luke went and cut himself off on purpose to get
Yep.
away from the dogmatic, narrow-minded view of the Jedi.
Palpatine, Sheev.
Jesus fuck. Jesus shit. I'm trying to talk.
Pissed.
At some point, I lost my train of thought. At some point, the Jedi Order and the Jedi teachings do have a role to play. Like the whole reason
Yeah.
of the movie being named The Last Jedi, but by the end of the movie, Luke says, "I will not be the last Jedi."
Yeah.
There's something to that. Like the fact that he tries to be as neutral as possible and cuts himself off, but at the end of the day, he is the most Jedi we've ever seen, and there's importance there.
No, I understand and agree, but then there's more to it. It's not only that; it's that the Jedi are changing.
Yes.
That this was a Jedi,
Thank God,
and then
too.
there was Luke, who understood that the Jedi shouldn't be with the Jedi anymore.
Right.
The Jedi should. I'm saying Jedi that drunkly.
Jedi.
The Jedi should be Rey.
The
The
Jedi.
Jedi should be Rey.
Yeah, they can't exist as they had.
They need to be straight Jolie Bindo.
Yes.
Joe,
They
this is
need to
savage.
just sit
There we
there
go.
on Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk.
You are fucked.
That is the one thing. When I first saw Episode 3,
Do you say Kashyyyk or Kashyyyk?
Ka-
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk.
What do you say?
I go back and forth. My
Kashyyyk.
instinct is
Kashyyyk.
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 Is
Nope.
because Mace
Nope.
Windu literally says
I was in the
effort from
theater,
Kashyyyk.
pissed.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Mace
Yeah,
Windu
it's
legit.
Kashyyyk. Jolie Bindle says Kashyyyk and KOTOR.
I don't
We're
trust
done.
somebody with that big of a head.
He says Mace Windu says Kashyyyk.
I know he does, and I was immediately pissed in the theater when I saw
All
that
right,
shit.
I go back and forth.
Everybody stop.
When
Yes.
that movie came out, I had no fucking clue how to pronounce Coyote Mundi.
what?
Like,
You just pronounced it wrong.
Dude, we already
Mundai?
playing
Is it
Battlefront
Mundai?
for over a year, for
it's
like a year at
Kiadi.
that point.
Kiadi?
Kiadi Mundi, Conehead.
all right, what?
Run, stop.
Thank God.
When I was 6, I had no fucking clue what his name was. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce that. 3 fucking.
I don't know how to pronounce
There's 2
Coyote
dashes.
Mundi.
There's 2 dashes in his name, and I'm 7.
Coyote Mundi.
that means.
7.
That's a good point. Why has everybody got 3 names in the Jedi Order?
Coyote Mundi's a savage. He's the fucking hero on
Kiadi
Magito.
Mundi, Obi-Wan Kenobi,
You know
Qui-Gon
what-
Jinn.
Whoa.
He's the
Wouldn't that-
hero on
Mundi.
Magito.
Wouldn't that be cool that all right. Wouldn't that be cool if you had a name, clan name, and then like a planet name?
Solo.
How?
Solo.
So here's what these buggers have to say. Actually, I wanted to. Here we go. Sorry, guys. I wanted to. Oh, here we go. Prequel Jedi did not have the original Jedi texts, if I recall. So that's from
So wait,
from Shinobi. Let's see. In the Last Jedi,
Luke gave us a glimpse at what the original and true Jedi were like.
Whoa,
Yes.
that
That's
blow-
what I was going for. Yeah.
That blows my mind. That like the fact that Yoda. Everybody thinks Yoda's the pure.
yeah, he is.
And you look at this shit and it's just like, no, Yoda was taught by these fuckers and these fuckers that had
but wait,
like
Yoda was
those-
trained for 800 years.
He
But it
was,
was 800
training for 800 years.
yeah, of tainted texts. Like one dude saw these and then it's like religion. One dude read one piece of text and 100 years later no one can look at the sky.
Really?
Right.
You
And
think,
you're like,
you think
because I
Chris-
don't like it.
You think modern Christianity is even the same as it was 900 years ago?
0%.
Exactly.
It's no, we're close. Same
this-
with Jediism. You know,
Jediism.
Judaism, whatever the fuck that. You know,
No, that's the thing. Jediism's the thing.
yeah.
Jediology.
All right, but the issue is we get back to this is going to be I just thought of this. The craziest thing is we're assuming there was what a Jedi God that wrote these
No,
that
I
wrote
don't think
these
so.
texts. So, but that's the issue because we're talking about like pure, and not even Jediism. It's pure Force userism. It's
Yeah.
like this is what the Force is, and then it was manipulated by people with
Right.
emotions
Of
and
course.
back and forth. So the fact that the original Jedi text exists doesn't even mean anything. You're talking about still like the Bible written by humans. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not to get real religious, but
I would
like,
say that doesn't quite apply to.
I mean, it's a
the-
parallel though.
I think the point of them having the original Jedi text in 8 makes a different point than that. It's like they were onto something good. A few people, they learned it. They're like, okay, cool, we're a Jedi now. Over the course of time, they created things into this religion, which is what we end up with on Coruscant by the end of episode 3. That all falls apart. We go through the original trilogy, and then Luke goes to Ahch-To to find the original Jedi text to get back to the core of what everybody was going for in the first place. If that makes any sense. You're the only sober one. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
have no clue.
Jesus.
No, say it again. I really want to hear it.
Okay.
You said a lot. Let's go.
I'll summarize it.
I apologize, guys. I was doing something else. Do it.
Jedi started from a good place, were led to corruption, etc., over the course of 1,000 years. Luke goes back to Ahch-To after everything falls apart to find
purest-
the original text.
purest part.
Because they started from something that was actually like good intentions, good-hearted. Like they actually had something good going for them at the beginning and just got corrupted along the way. Is what
It's
I'm
almost
thinking
like
about.
do unto others as you would want done unto
Do
yourself.
unto Kerner as no one would do to any human.
And then Kerner was like, I'm giving everybody blowjobs because Kerner, stop.
Okay.
No, I think that's a see, the underlying point to Star Wars always connects. I think personally, If it does not connect to what we're going through or what we've been through or anything, then it's not like it can't exist. I truly think that was the issue, and I still like the prequels, guys.
I hate them.
That was the issue with the prequels because it was very disconnected.
Not being able to bang.
Like no, well, but
No, I'm being serious.
no.
I'm actually genuinely being
No,
serious.
that's
Like,
no, it's a
Obi-Wan needed to get his dick wet.
he did, yeah. No, like
no, that's a fair question
no, I'm
because
being
like
serious. Like why?
it's a fair point because we've talked about this where the fact that Jedi can't love,
Yeah, that's weird.
but you can go to war and die. What's the point of going to war and dying if you can't save the people that you love?
It's part of the problem of the religion.
Also, why am I going to die if I can't bang anything?
exactly.
Why am I
Okay.
gonna bang if I can't die anything?
Okay. In the Clone Wars show, didn't wasn't Obi-Wan balls deep in some chick?
He did have
Yes.
like a
The,
senator or whatever.
Princess of
Mandalorian.
Mandalore.
Yeah, Satine.
That's
Satine.
that's where people think
He's a
Ray might be like some crazy offspring.
Shit.
I
Obi-Wan
don't-
If Rey was a Mandalore Jedi, I would shit myself.
First of all, yes, but I don't think the timeline doesn't.
No, it doesn't
she
match
should have
up.
been.
It doesn't
no,
match
it
up.
doesn't
Never-
match up at
never
all, 'cause
will.
She would be like 60.
Could you imagine? Well, let's just play this out. Could you imagine if Ray was who's good with like a staff?
Her and Darth Maul.
Well, I don't want her being an offspring of Darth Maul though.
Ray is either Skywalker or she's nobody, and I think she's.
I
Nobody.
disagree.
Nobody.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
She
think she's
can't.
Nobody.
She 100% can't be offspring of Skywalker.
I would
She
say
will-
that's not true. I would say
she-
50-50.
And
I would bet money right now.
I
that
would
she's
say
not.
first of all, $100. Last Jedi said she's nobody, so she's nobody.
Exactly.
I would say
In the
100
back
bucks
of
is-
my mind, possible that JJ retcons it and she's Luke's daughter.
No.
and it's out of the question she's even Kenobi.
1%.
There's no-
1% that
no,
happens.
that's a 0.0001%. There's no way.
No, I said
There's
1%.
no way she's Kenobi.
Yeah, that's
That's
never gonna happen.
completely out of the
That
question.
doesn't even make sense.
She's
Exactly.
not
It's
Kenobi.
completely
She's
out of
not
question.
Hera's fucking daughter. She's not Ezra's daughter. She's not any of this bullshit.
If she was
no,
half alien, you'd fucking know it by now.
maybe.
Two movies in, we'd
that's-
know she's half alien.
That's a crazy thing though, because there is.
What if she's a Terminator, guys?
Sorry guys,
Oh shit! Maybe she's Arnold's daughter.
That's a good point.
fuck, she's a predator.
See what I'm saying? She's
Seen
Alien,
that-
Alien 7.
Is she a xenomorph?
Oh yeah, I've seen them like dread pubes. The dread
Yeah.
pubes that she has.
She's braided pubes.
Pube dreads.
She's
This is
pube
what
dreads.
You were going
Can we
for.
rename
this
this?
is over with. No, they
That's what her
haven't.
sash
Is that-
covers.
is that-
No, this is
That's what
done.
her sash covers.
Hey, you ready? Let me get my fucking reggae
Okay,
music
no,
on.
no, 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 no. No friends. No friends. No.
It really makes sense that she's no, because Luke wouldn't just drop her off on Natu or Jakku and be like, "Fuck off."
Whoa,
see you
whoa, but
later.
I don't think he knew. I don't. First of all, I don't think Luke was a part of it.
I can't imagine he would be okay with that.
Let's really start theorizing. That can like make something.
I just debunked my own theory that I had a while ago.
Here, let's do it.
I thought a while ago that maybe she had parents, was dropped off on Jakku, and adopted by somebody else that then deserted her. But when we see in that flashback scene, she's being given to Unkar Plutt, and from then on, Unkar Plutt just owns her or whatever. So that was her original. I just debunked whatever I thought of like 6 episodes ago. It's over. It's done.
We've said this 100 episodes ago, where
That was a long time ago.
Unkar Plutt was actually given to keep her there, to keep her safe. So that's why he was like half a portion. Oh, yesterday I got this. No, bitch, you ain't getting off this. I was told by goddamn Grandmaster Luke.
It's like Snape. He hates her, but he has to take care of her.
Yeah. No, and you know what's fair is what if it wasn't an offspring of Luke, but he was still in charge?
She was one of the pupils. Kylo Ren took over. He's like, this bitch is strong. Let's get her out of here.
No. What if it was like Han? What if it was Han like Leia? We were done, but this I can't handle. This is done. Chewie and I can't handle a fucking child.
Kira's daughter.
I'm more likely to believe that, and I'm actually more likely to believe that he didn't know necessarily the intentions behind it. He was just paid off. He was just paid off to
who?
Unkar Plutt.
Makes
Was
sense.
paid off to keep her quiet. Just keep her quiet. Like, hey, here's this girl. Keep her quiet. Keep her from asking questions. I'm not going to tell you what the fuck she is.
Like 100%.
I can't imagine he'd know that, like, oh, she's the super powerful Force user, and like she's Luke Skywalker's daughter or Han Solo's daughter, and all this shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he was just paid off, and he's just doing his job of keeping her quiet.
It could have been like a stepdaughter of Han. Like, I truly think Leia and Han did not. It was Ben and Dunn. Ben and Dunn.
Ben and done.
I really think Ben and Dunn.
That's where I think, like, I know it's a far fucking reach, but that's where I think there's a possibility that, like, Kira came back in the mix later on in life.
I don't. I hope. I really don't.
I should say, okay, I don't think it's a possibility. I don't think they would ever do that. But I think if they retcon her being nobody, Luke has a chance to be the parent. Han and Kira, or Han and Leia have a chance to be the parent as well.
Or Kira and Leia.
There we go. Kira and Chewie.
I feel like we have the most
Beckett and
solid...
Maul.
Beckett and Maul.
I solved it, guys.
Beckett and Maul. That's it.
I'm starting a YouTube channel, beckettandmaul.com.
But I think we have the most solid idea of who the father is, as opposed to the mother. Like, we have no idea who the mother is, but we have some solid ideas on who the mother is. It's either Luke or
Although that might be the
Han.
most important part, actually.
Whoa. It could be very evil really quick.
Evil.
Like Kira and Maul.
That's gross.
First of all,
I feel like we mentioned that before.
I feel like I feel like Maul has some like weird spikes on.
What are
his
we? Are we?
dick and
What, is
stuff.
this goddamn 2016 podcast? What are we talking about?
no, whoa. We've talked about this, and I think a Shinobi's confirmed. There's been two species come together, and there's like a dominant species where you just don't get one or the other.
You just get one instead of the other.
So,
And
like,
I think it's Zabrak.
We talked about
Which is Maul.
Yeah,
Hera
talk
and Kanan have a kid, and it's mostly human.
Yeah. Humans
well, below
dominant
the
over
belt, you don't
Twi'lek.
know. Maybe there's Twi'lek.
The Lakes are on the other end.
You remember that?
Okay. Anyways.
I'm not even in. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Rey's nobody. So everything we just talked about for the past 15 minutes.
You
means-
really-
it
I mean,
means
I had a
nothing.
point and now it's gone.
I honestly really
None
think
of
they're
this
not going to
matters.
bother retconning stuff like that. I feel like, despite what motherfucking trolls say, JJ and Ryan were closely working together when Seven was
Yeah, they had
when
to-
Seven was being produced, 8 was being written. They know what was going to happen. They were talking to each other.
Yeah, definitely.
JJ executive produced 8. Like, there is no surprises as far as that. Like, Ryan went some other direction and JJ's going to retcon it. That shit's not going to happen.
That's
All
a
right,
great.
So
that's
it's
a
fun to
great
talk about,
point.
but
It's
at
a
the end of the
great
day,
point.
if Ryan said she's nobody in 8, then she's nobody, and that's where we are.
Yep.
JJ said ahead of time he got the script way before they even
Yeah.
started filming.
And Daisy
And
was
he
like,
read it.
"Oh, I know what."
JJ even said, "I
No big deal.
wish I had directed this."
I wish I
of
had.
8?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said that. He said he read the script for 8 and wish he had directed it.
I wish I directed 4. I would have made it better.
Can we get an entire trilogy by one person?
We did already. People are pissed about it.
Where?
The prequels.
The prequels.
Prequels.
1, 2, and 3 are all George Lucas.
Wait, what?
George Lucas.
Well, I didn't know that. What?
I'm
Who?
educating people.
Wait,
here.
who's George Lucas?
What's going on?
That's the crazy thing because people probably assume, especially younger, like 4, 5, and 6.
I feel like a lot of people assume
Oh,
George Lucas did all of
100%.
them.
4, 5, and 6 year olds.
I feel like a lot of people don't realize George Lucas didn't direct everything.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question.
Mickey Mouse didn't direct everything. Kathleen
All right.
Kennedy did not direct anything.
This is going to be a good one.
I want to bring Yoda back up after you're done. So keep going.
No, actually do it now.
Okay. I think Yoda's a very interesting character. More like he's an old wise sage and people love him for that. But I think he's way more interesting because he has
He's
the weight
confused.
of the Jedi's baggage and the Jedi fucking up on his shoulders. And then he goes into hiding. He failed. He finds, like, he meets Luke. He tries to make it right. He fucking fails again with the chosen one's child. I just feel like he has just so much on his plate all
Obi.
the time.
It's
And he
Obi.
still
Wait,
pursues.
wait,
He still
wait.
pursues.
How do you feel? Wait, he didn't fail with Luke.
Luke went into hiding on
technically.
Octo and fucking
Yeah.
was about to be a baby back bitch until Ray saved his life, basically.
But I
No,
agree.
let's walk through this though. 'Cause that's a good point.
I agree. Think about if you had 900 years of an organization's failures on your back.
Yeah. Like you
That's
gotta
a
you
lot
gotta you
to
gotta
deal
take
with.
over Enron and be like,
That's a lot of
bro.
ups and downs you got to deal with on your back. That's a lot of loyalty on Yoda's part too,
Well, it's mistrust, man.
to a single religion.
I just think he's often made out to just be like an old mentor character, but with what we have in the prequels and the Clone Wars, it's way more interesting and way more diverse than that.
I'd like to see a lot more expanded on his trials and tribulations even earlier in his life.
Yeah.
I mean,
love-
even Yoda at 200 years old
Yeah.
is still something
I,
to talk
I would
about.
love some like prequel Yoda shit.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So that was it. I just think he's
I'm okay with not having any of it. Of course, I would love it.
I mean, we don't even have a name
But
for
the
Yoda's
fact-
species.
All right. See,
He's
alright,
he's
let-
unknown. Yeah, no.
well,
Except for Yaddle.
no,
Fuck yeah.
let,
Don't
no.
forget
Let,
Yaddle.
if you really want,
I was not going to
whoa,
bring
whoa,
up Yaddle.
let's
Yeah.
really get into it.
she's my
Yaddle-
favorite Star Wars character.
Yaddle does not exist to me. Fuck Yaddle.
Yeah, no, same. She doesn't exist.
Pull that shit up. Her
Fuck
Yaddle in the
Yaddle.
background.
Yo, stop talking about pulling things up.
I'm trolling.
Let's get into it though.
But have you ever tried DMT?
No.
Is there a Snoke species?
Palpatine's clone
Snoke
daughter.
looks
What
like
the fuck
Darth
is that?
Sion.
He's fucking with you.
Snoke is Sion's great grandpa. Right?
Well, the less you talk, the happier I get. So,
Do you have to pee again or what?
No, I actually don't. I'm ready to talk.
might.
No, Snoke has no species. At least not that we know of yet.
Yeah.
people are pissed about that.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because people are like, is he human? Is he not? What the fuck is he?
He actually, he looks a lot like Darth Sion, does he not?
Darth Sion's legends,
A
bruh.
little bit, but
He looks
Isn't-
like Darth Sion.
isn't Darth Sion like human, just cybernetic, like super?
Darth Sion is the
replaced
most
cybernetic-
scarred, burnt motherfucker you ever seen in your life.
Yeah, isn't he like Anakin times 20 on Mustafar?
Yeah.
But wasn't it just the dark side that like,
On
cracked
Mount.
his
Do
skin
you
and stuff?
remember
Yeah, it was just the dark side that corrupted
Do you
the
remember
fuck out of
in-
him,
in
and he got
KOTOR no,
replaced
wait.
cybernetically.
in KOTOR 2 when you fight him on Malachor 5?
Oh, let's
Yeah.
no, whoa. Let's just stop because that's cool.
Oh yeah.
All right. So are we assuming that Darth Vader, well, Anakin became Darth Vader 99%?
Yeah.
He got cut in half and all this.
Injured, ready, yeah, boom.
But let's talk about like Scion.
Darth
Like
Sion,
well, okay.
savage.
Let's just simplify it. Grievous. He was like evil.
Oh yeah, I
He
mean,
was pissed. He
was revered as like a war god on his previous.
he was
on his
well, not
home
even
planet.
a war god. He was a
He was
god.
like he was a demigod. He was
On
a
his
war
planet.
demigod on his planet with his wife
It's like
too.
Xerxes.
with his wife.
Exactly before he became this cybernetic monstrosity.
Sorry.
Nothing's funny.
Xerxes from 300.
With the nose piercings and shit.
The actor
God.
from the movie.
In person. My argument is
Dude, Darth Sion. Okay, my argument is Darth Sion is very fucking similar to fucking.
I thought we were talking about Grievous.
Okay, I'll stop. Just fuck it.
Talk as much as you want. Paul, go. Mopar, talk.
Paul.
Who
Who the
Paul?
fuck is
Keep
Paul?
going about Grievous. Yes, he was a god on Kalish.
My point is, Connor shouldn't have a microphone.
Mission accomplished. Keep going.
So let's do this. Two dark side, two light side, and one miscellaneous.
Okay.
Starting with Commander, and you get one at a fucking time.
What's the goal? Are they fighting? Are
Everything.
they friends?
No,
Is it Justice League situation?
Justice League.
Like, what's
Justice
happening?
League.
it's Justice League situation.
Justice. Oh, so they're gonna be friends
Plus,
together.
they're gonna be
They gotta
friends.
fight crime.
They're friends and they're fighting Starro.
Whoa. I mean, are we gonna open this up? Is it outside of Star Wars, or are we gonna?
They're fighting
No,
Lex Luthor.
I was joking. You just said 2 dark side, 2 light side, 1 miscellaneous.
Let's do it.
What are they doing?
Winning.
I have
The
to go.
most
I have to go
winningest-
one at a fucking time.
the most Charlie Sheen characters in the universe.
Okay, Bill
Charlie
Murray.
Sheen's the ultimate savage.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, the Jedi.
I'll say Bane as my first of the dark side.
All right.
Classic.
I feel like we should just give me all 5 at once.
No. What? No. Because we get this is a pickoff. All right.
You're
He's
asking
gonna fucking say Keanu Reeves and shit. He can't even talk.
Wait, you're asking me the ultimate savage and all of everything?
See? See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying, Mopar?
Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear it.
2 light side, 2 dark side, and 1 miscellaneous. That's what you get.
For what?
See?
Pick one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're comparing either.
I'm not fucking around
See, this is what I say. He does games all the time at the end of the episodes.
because I want to hear. You said Bane.
Is there any news? No. Okay. 3 DC, 4
There's news.
Pokemon,
There's news. Oh,
and
we got
17
news.
Jedi.
Oh, we got news.
Okay, if you want me to say anybody, I'll say Bastila.
Haunter, Raikou, and Pikachu
Right,
mixed with Obi-Wan. Mixed with Obi-Wan and Palpatine.
Raichu, use your body
And that would be my
slam.
starter Pokemon to fight Brock.
Raichu. Sorry.
Wow. You guys,
could never beat my Raichu.
Did you really think your Pikachu could beat my
Fuck
Raichu?
Lieutenant Surge, okay?
Did you really think your Pikachu could beat my Raichu?
Well, okay, no.
You gotta evolve it as soon as you catch it.
This is a reset of the podcast.
Throw it at one of those electric stones.
That's perfect. It's fucking perfect.
I hate that you guys like each other.
the trash can for a switch.
What was the,
switch in that trash can?
Oh, I hate that part.
His Lieutenant Surge.
the SSN?
His Lieutenant Surge is perfect, dude. It's fucking perfect.
I need more beer to listen to you talk.
be better than your Pikachu.
Guys, we apologize
Perfect.
sincerely for everything that's happening.
It's perfect.
I legitimately hate myself.
His fucking.
I guess if we have to ring in the new
No,
year,
no,
this
no,
is the
no.
best way to do it. Okay.
Zale has some news.
Are we
doing the fucking 5 list of something or what?
No,
I
we're
think
not.
that's completely
Oh
abandoned
That list
because
is stupid.
nobody had
Guys,
no
Tell
fucking
me
clue what
your
that was
favorite
about.
2 of. Okay, yeah.
Kerner, you can have my
All
spot
right,
on
we're
the
talking about the
podcast. I
news.
quit.
Little known, I do the news every week
Definitely.
on the podcast.
Is Malik on my shirt? Is Malik on my shirt?
Anyway,
Hold it up.
so Carrie Fisher, one of her relatives, I believe her brother,
She's on my list.
recently talked about the footage for episode 9.
Okay.
And he talked about how it was pretty seamless. Actually, you can't even tell allegedly that it was recorded for another episode. He's making all these claims about how seamless it is, and it'll incorporate storylines into the episode 9, and it's just completely seamless. You can't even tell it was recorded for another episode. It'll be like it was 100% intended for episode 9.
Who said this?
They must use their
I believe it
green
was her
screen.
brother. I believe it was Carrie Fisher's brother.
First of all,
Was it her dog that said that?
Let me fact check that.
yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know she had a dog.
Wait,
I
what?
have it up.
Gary Fisher ain't playing around.
Gary.
I'm not joking. That's his name.
Yes, it's
Sabrina Fisher.
Carrie,
Wait,
Carrie
her name-
Fisher's brother. No,
His name's
Carrie Fisher's brother.
Gary? Like
Yeah.
Gary from SpongeBob? Gary?
Shut
Yes.
off.
Carrie Fisher's brother, Todd Fisher, said that, and I quote, "There's a lot of minutes of
did
footage.
you see that?
There's a lot of minutes of footage. I don't mean just outtakes. This is unused new content that could be woven into the storyline. That's what everybody's that's what's going to give everybody such a great kick. It's going to look like it was meant to be, like it was shot yesterday."
All right. My first reaction to this has nothing to do with Leia or Carrie Fisher or how that character is going to end. How much extra fucking footage and side storylines
Yeah, great
and
point.
extra random things
that
do you
they
think
film.
that they film for every single movie?
This is what
How do
I'm
they
thinking.
have enough to make Leia into episode 9?
This is what I'm thinking. I think Ryan Johnson skipped over several different plot points from episode 7 that JJ started such as the Knights of Ren, stuff like that I think JJ is going to fold back into 9.
What?
I think JJ is going to fold that back into 9, and I think he has footage of Carrie maybe elaborating on her son.
Wait, doesn't that
Leia elaborating on her son, stuff like that I think maybe he's going to fold back into 9. That's going to look pretty natural.
Leia is undercover Knights of Ren.
wait? Who said
So I think
earlier in
I
the
think
show?
maybe there's
Somebody
some-
said that Ryan and JJ were bros. Who said that?
Well, they are.
They were working closely on the movies.
Which kind of contradicts what he just said, though.
Whoa.
No,
No, not necessarily.
JJ had the script for 8 from the beginning for the most part.
This Ryan script for 8 was done before 7 premiered in theaters.
That's good to know.
So
Okay.
this was, and because the reason that I heard this was because he did not react to.
See, I didn't know that. Mark Hamill kept saying pass the baton on. Go on. God, you're so pissed. Go on.
Well, I'm trying to fucking finish a thought. Thank you, Jesus Christ. My only point was 8 was done before 7 even premiered in theaters. So any fan backlash or
Correct.
this is just like A New Hope or why didn't they do this or that wasn't considered when Ryan wrote 8.
8 was already written way before 7 even premiered.
Yes.
Which is people should just get in their mind.
I
feel like a lot of people just don't even have that.
Just
people
deal
think-
with it.
I think a lot of people misconceptually think 8 was a reaction to 7. And that's not true. 8 was set in stone before 7 even premiered.
If everybody knew that, they would be eating
I
their
think
own
the perception.
shit.
I think the
Oh, they
perception
would
of
be
8 would be
eating-
completely different
They would be eating their own
if
shit.
they knew that was before 7 even premiered.
I'm sure
So-
they've heard it, but it doesn't line up with what they're trying to.
Exactly.
So-
It's
yell
not the
about.
narrative they want to believe.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
So, what you are
Indubitably.
trying to. Hey,
All this footage allegedly of Carrie Fisher 4-9 is allegedly from episode 7, and it's. I think JJ is folding it back, folding story points and plots that maybe got skipped over in 8. Not necessarily a bad thing, is what I'm saying, but it got skipped over and it's being folded back into 9.
so
I hope so.
the greatest thing that I could fold in is what if the Knights of Ren was a part of Leia?
What?
What does that mean?
Well, yeah. Think about it. What if the Knights of Ren were a good thing at some point?
I don't
they
think.
were
I don't think
because
Leia's
What?
playing with Luke.
Leia's very
What? Whoa, whoa,
politically
whoa.
involved with the Republic.
What
Maybe
if?
the Knights of Ren were seen as a positive force in the galaxy at one point.
What? Yeah. What if Leia
Actually,
and
I get where you're going
Luke?
with this.
What if Leia and Luke actually started dividing? What you are creating and what I'm doing is completely different. And my grandson and
If they disagreed on where Kylo was going, that would be a big thing because when they reunite in 8 and kind of apologize to each other, that would give that a lot more weight. That would give that a lot more weight and meaning, I think, to the trilogy.
see the biggest key is Leia. The biggest key is Leia. Where is she? When is she? And what does
Wait.
she believe in? Because the crazy thing is,
The Aftermath novel fills in a lot.
well, okay, but the bloodline, she's like, I'm done with politics and all this shit. I'm not done with. Have you read the bloodline?
No, but the Aftermath novel, if I recall, people find out she's Vader's daughter, and
People start finding it out.
all that
Whoa.
political backlash starts.
That's crazy.
I
love
wanted
it.
to piggyback off the vision in episode 7. I've heard
Okay.
through the grapevine that could be something that's actually in the future and not in the past. Has anyone else heard that?
It's both.
I've heard that as well. That could be a future vision. Was
Uh-huh.
the 7 Force vision
Of
was a future
Kylo
thing.
protecting Rey.
It can't be future only because Rey's 9-year-olds in the Vision.
But I've
Good
I don't
try
know, I don't know
at,
where
English.
someone pull that shit
But
up.
she transitions too, where she sees the Knights of Ren.
Shinobi,
Piggy
Who
Help me
buck.
knows when that was?
Piggy
you know
buck.
what I meant. Shinobi, help me out. Isn't that true that vision could be in the future and not the past?
I have a feeling that they're making it way simpler than all of us realize.
Oh, it's all on ham sandwiches.
I was actually listening to some of our older episodes, and it was right after the episode 7 trailer debuted Thanksgiving before the movie came out.
Yeah.
The shit that we were trying to make up for the theories, what we saw in the movie was so off.
Way off.
I just have a
I
feeling.
was way off.
I just have a feeling, one, it's way simpler than we think, and two, they're trying to purposely misdirect us when they show us trailers and things like that.
Shinobi just said correct. Elaborate. I'm correct.
Yeah, what are you correct about?
I'm
the fact that
I'm correct because that could be from the future, right?
the fact that he's off the show forever, is that what you're correct about?
God,
Oh my god.
I bring great knowledge to this show.
What? All you've said is piggyback. That's it.
Like
That's
Pazak, piggyback, Pazak. I was doing a poem.
Well, next poem you recite. We'll burn it to the ground.
No, I know. I've legitimately heard that could be. Shinobi laughing. He's not elaborating.
Kerner's correct about nothing.
No, I heard like that vision could be from the future and not from the past.
What?
Well,
Why is Ray 7 years old?
The thing is, it's actually Kylo protecting Rey.
No, I've said that.
Yeah, when he stabs that person when it's in the rain and the dark and stuff.
Yeah, that makes. I've said that years ago.
I'm just gonna keep saying it. What do you do with the scene when she's 7 and she's getting dropped off? That can't be future because she's
look,
7.
About the vision. Shinobi's a savage.
She's fucking 7.
But Shinobi's knows this shit.
Well, what? Okay, let me ask this. What if she wasn't seeing her own past? What if she was seeing Leia's past?
No.
Whoa! Shut the fuck up, all of you.
All right.
Oh.
What if?
Because Leia shows no signs of anything in anything. No. No.
Is it one? Are you guys like 100% like so? Because one of the greatest things of the sequels is the lightsaber scene where she touches it. It's the biggest question mark. She's like,
I've gone so
That's the
balls deep in that
biggest
scene.
question mark of the new saga. I'll agree.
of all of it, 100%.
I'd say of every trilogy. That was the most unanswered
Like,
thing.
isn't Ewan McGregor's
Force
voice in that vision?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
And
the
Yoda's.
first steps.
And
Confirmed.
Alec Guinness's too.
Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
She sees the
Yoda.
past. She sees her past and
Future.
she sees where the lightsaber has been.
She doesn't see her future, technically.
Yeah, we don't know if it's
we
a future
don't
or
know
not.
if she sees any future. or
She
not.
sees some of Kylo. She sees some of her past. She sees where the lightsaber has been. Because she sees Bespin.
That's the craziest thing, man.
Yeah.
I think she just sees a combination of any Force user has been in contact with that lightsaber, including Kylo, Ben, Luke, anybody.
But how
And
does that
I don't
explain the
think-
scene where she gets
and
dropped off?
I think it's a mishmash. I think it's a mishmash, though. I don't think we maybe even necessarily saw all she saw. She might have even seen more weird details of the lightsaber's past.
Yeah.
To this day,
But
that's the
where
major
is
question.
the
That's just
lightsaber
what we
when
saw
she gets-
visually in the movie.
Where-
when she gets dropped off at 7 years old, where is the lightsaber?
Where did it come from, Bespin?
Whoa. Let's dig deep, because where did the fucking lightsaber crystal come from?
I'm sure we're missing something dumb. Somebody read Bloodlines was like, you guys are fucking retarded.
I think the
But
lightsaber.
since I haven't
though,
read Bloodlines, let's keep talking about nothing.
I mean, we don't know. The lightsaber could have been exchanging hands between, traders or people who found it on Bespin. Or
I'm just saying,
whatever.
if the theory is that
It could have been in Maz Kanata's chest for that.
if
long.
she's touching the lightsaber and she's seen everything that comes from that lightsaber, then why is the Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren seen there, and why does she
As
see herself
exactly.
as 7 years old?
You know what's crazy
Exactly.
is what if Maz has a crazy hand in
what if Maz is her
But
mom?
what if you could
That's
see
it.
bigger
Shut,
You
eyes.
can see the future too in visions. Can you
shut
not?
the podcast down. We got nothing else to
No,
talk
well,
about.
hey, I want to hear it. Kerner, keep
I'm
talking.
saying in Force visions, you can also see the future, which Yoda says in Empire, which can be fucking off. You look to the future, to the horizon.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
it almost never comes true, but it fucking does. That's the craziest thing. Like, she'll never become pregnant. But by the way, well, not the way that you thought. It does
Think
happen
about it.
though.
Actually, in Episode 3, it's never actually clearly said when Padme.
I will get a ham sandwich, but
Run.
Ron, stop.
I love this
So
whole
funny.
everything.
But actually, in Episode 3, there's actually no clear answer of
Where the ham comes from.
No, when Padme sees those visions, is that Sheev Palpatine putting that shit in Anakin's mind, or is that shit actually legit?
That's the whole point of the Force vision.
Yeah,
And I've argued that thousands of times.
Whoa!
If Anakin had listened to Yoda and realized that it was just a vision and wasn't the actual truth of what was going to happen,
Can we talk
and he
about-
just calmed the fuck down, married his wife, went to Naboo, chilled out, banged on the beach, nothing bad would have happened.
Whoa!
He's right. Just fuck on the beach on Naboo and move on with your day.
No, well,
Thank
let's just rewind.
Shoot your load on Naboo and move on.
Why did you have to take it there?
I wanted to visualize it actually. Look,
Edit this episode. I'm sorry.
let's just reset though, because I don't think Jedi leave Jedi visions. I don't think Jedi leave Jedi. Like, hey,
What do you mean by leave?
Hey,
what do you mean leave
You know
them?
what's actually? Well, think about this. Episode 2, Anakin sees his mother dying.
that's not. That's a Palpatine.
That's a vision.
fucker.
That's a vision, though. And
That's
it comes,
a Palpatine thing.
and it comes true, though.
That is not a Jedi vision.
But
That is a
episode- in
Palpatine
episode
vision.
three-
I'm talking about visions in general.
When he's on the balcony, he's like the ones I had about my mother just before she died. And it
you
fucking
never
came true.
you never
Dude,
would have known
it's
what
all evil.
would have happened to his mom if he didn't go back to Tatooine.
It's all evil.
What if the
Did you-
Tusken
It's
Raiders
not-
let her go the next day?
Random fact. Did you
Okay, but you knew they
did you
weren't.
savages know
One-
that Count Dooku
Stop.
hired the people to kill?
One
sorry.
drunk ass at a time, please.
All right. Let's just say. Let's just say Anakin thought that just Padme was gonna die. Because he said you're gonna die in childbirth. Let's leave the child out. Do you think? See, this is the issue. Personally, I think
As a child,
as I want the child. I truly think that the 100% all the time of forever.
I'm picturing you right now. Side note: I'm picturing you in like some freshman year class in college, standing up. Didn't do your research paper. Started the night before at the bar, and you have to stand up and do a presentation. Just like picture perfect if you think about this at this time period in this point in American history, as I stand here and this character, if he was in my shoes, and this is how I feel about it, this is what I would do.
But like, if you think about it, Paul Revere was pretty cool.
Oh my god!
How many things could you make up just to like start a sentence that means nothing?
Legitimately a B+.
Yes, thank you. And you would still pass. And here we are. Where's your diploma?
Imagine Paul Revere knowing the shit he did, riding that horse,
Standing here in front of you today, this day, would say,
lighting that lamp.
Seriously. The only thing I can say is you're welcome.
my point along with the visions is that wherever they come from, Jedi, Sith, Force people get visions on a regular basis. And they don't always come true. And if Anakin had just chilled the fuck out, maybe his visions didn't come true. Even if they were planted by Palpatine, like you said, about his mom dying by the Tusken Raiders. If he just ignored it, if he was an actual, this is where some of the Jedi stuff, that like the Yoda would preach, would come actually true. Like if he just chilled out, meditated, realized that if his mom is going to die, it's the will of the Force, and it sucks, but you just have to get used to it. And he chilled. Maybe she wakes up the next day, the Tusken Raiders let her go, and she goes back to fucking Klieg with
First of all,
3 legs and lives a happy life and is totally fine.
Wait. With 3 legs? How did she gain a leg?
0.2 legs. Sorry, I'm sorry.
First of all, I think 100% if it's a bad dream, if it's a bad vision, it's sparked from a bad place.
Good and bad is a certain point of view.
That's the Jedi lie.
All right, I'm sick of a certain point of view.
That's the
being
Jedi
the
lie.
fucking get out for every fucking ambiguous Star Wars phrase
Sounds
ever
like you're
thrown
sick
out.
of Star Wars.
No, it sounds like you're sick of the Jedi.
If you're sick of a certain point of view, it sounds like you're sick of Star Wars.
Well, no, you're
No,
just
I'm
sick
just
of Kerner.
sick of it being
Kerner,
a
go sit
cop-out
down.
for everybody.
Go sit down. No one wants you in the studio again.
Zale.
If you're sick of a certain point of view, you're sick of Star Wars.
No, I'm just saying I'm sick of it being a cop out for every like ambiguous Star Wars thing said.
The way they
Or
fucking wrote the
ambiguous thing
movies,
was canon.
the way they wrote the scripts was a cop out from
Say
the
it, though.
previous movie.
Say it again.
I'm just sick of a certain point of view being the explain all for every ambiguous canon thing unexplained yet.
All
I
right,
don't
so
You get what I'm saying?
no, well,
Not really, you know.
but it is.
I just feel
the
it's a
cri-
bit of a cop out.
I agree, but that's the whole point.
Even in the original movie, I felt like when Obi-Wan says that, it was a bit of a cop out from a certain point of view. I was like, all right, you're just fucking explaining shit. You're just explaining away
Shinobi's
shit
about
now.
to drop knowledge.
You're just explaining away plot holes now.
I guarantee it was Lucas just explaining away plot holes, but it's become like that's it. That's the moniker of Star Wars. Everything depends on your point of view.
Shinobi agrees.
It does. It really
DC
does.
is right from a certain point of view. LOL from a certain point of view.
I had to laugh out loud.
I'm laughing silently from a certain point of view.
Well, let's
You
think
got me
about
there.
Luke's visions on Dagobah on Bespin. Like Vader's torturing Han Solo just to get a vision out of Luke to bait him to come.
All right, so this is the craziest thing that I've never.
It's all a
I
bait.
said that like 20 episodes ago.
He's
The
baiting
f-
him
The fact that he said he didn't even ask me a question.
because he's baiting Luke.
So savage.
That is like no, and the craziest thing is that force hand right there.
They never even asked me any questions.
He never even asked me any fucking
Because
questions.
he's baiting Luke. And that's why Leia's yelling, it's a trap. That's why she's yelling.
Wait, what?
She yells, it's a trap to Luke on Dagobah. Really? It's when Luke gets on Bespin, has his little gun,
Buzzbin.
walks, he sees Boba Fett. Boba Fett shoots. He leans back. The scene continues. You see the little carbonite chamber.
She never says it's
Yeah,
a trap.
Han is yeah, she 1,000,000,000% sure she says it's a trap. 1,000,000,000%.
You might be right. I'm always
1
wrong. But
billion.
He's right. He's just being annoying about it.
1 billion. Not to be a one-upper savage. Yeah, I'm 1,000% sure. A
One
billion
Hopper
percent sure.
Savage. That's the new title of this episode.
But no, he
100%.
gets no. I know the scene. He walks. He's with R2. He walks. He has his gun. Boba shoots.
Yes,
walk,
yes,
walk,
yes, yes,
walks.
yes, yes.
Boba
Yes.
shoots.
Yes, you're right. Yes. He says,
I know I'm right
Yes.
because I'm a fucking savage. So he's got.
Yes, I know what the scene is. You don't
Han-
describe the entire thing. He says it. He does. He says it.
They're
Jesus.
walking with
She
Han
says it.
frozen
I know.
because
Stop,
Han
stop,
is the
stop,
bait.
Stop.
Han is the bait.
Stop. Oh my God.
all right,
Han's the
one
bait.
Han is
DC
the bait.
Han's the bait.
They're walking. They're walking. They're walking.
I know that.
sand.
They're walking. Han is the bait. They're walking.
Whoa!
Boba Fett shoots.
They're walking.
Let me ask you this.
Luke is basically in a mini showdown. With
So you
Boba.
guys are all DC fans, clearly. Did you guys
Not
see
really.
the most recent Joker stuff?
Wait, we're transitioning.
What do you mean Joker stuff?
Joaquin Phoenix was like
Oh,
running
yeah. Mhm.
like out of Subway like a psychopath.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my most
Like
anticipated.
throwing
That's my
shit.
most anticipated movie of 2019.
I'll start off. Don't know if I'm a fan of the makeup.
Don't
It feels a
discount.
little his
Don't
makeup.
discount this.
His makeup feels a little bit too much like a Joker henchman necessarily than the Joker himself.
I think it's
That
perfect.
may or may not be the point.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's a great.
I agree with that. No, I'm waiting to see the movie for Judgment because the whole point could be that
Shinobi
he's
needed
trying to
to
look
run
like
us
a
through
low-key
episode
Joker
1A.
henchman.
Ron, stop.
anyway.
There's a big problem with all these movies is that I'm going to see them no matter what.
I'm psychopathically.
I don't
ready
want to
for
give
this.
too much judgment because I truly do want to wait to see Joaquin's performance and
Yes.
and I want to see the context of the makeup.
Yeah.
I want to
I'm
see
gonna
the
see it.
context of the story.
I'm going to see it.
I
It's
hope
a very,
it's bad
it's a
because
very,
if I see it, it's gonna be good.
well, it's a very different Joker
Joaquin
story.
Phoenix is a savage. He's
Because in all the original Joker origin stories, Batman is already Batman, and he semi causes the Joker to become the Joker by throwing the Red Hood into the Ace Chemicals vat.
Here's my prediction for that movie. I think it should end like with Batman coming in to try to stop him, and then lead up to a next movie.
That could be cool.
Is that a good idea?
But the fact
Or
that
no?
they're having Thomas Wayne be an integral figure and
Well, that's
Did
not,
they-
all that stuff
whoa, whoa.
pre
That's
Bruce
that
Wayne,
comic
it's all
thing.
happening pre Bruce Wayne.
Whoa.
Wait, what? Wait.
Say that.
The new
again.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie is happening pre like Bruce Wayne
Oh.
being Batman or anything like that.
Wait, I didn't know
Thomas
that.
Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, is allegedly going to be a semi-main character in it, which places this many years
Which-
before Batman even exists.
Let me-
which kind of calls into question how old is Joker even when he fights Batman? Like, is Joker like
Old.
50 when he fights
yeah.
He
when
would
he
be
fights
like,
Batman?
He'd be like 50, yeah.
I
Have to be.
I always assumed Joker and Batman were relatively within like 10 years of each other.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still could be. 20 years was like the max. I feel like the Joker
and
could
Joker's
clearly...
on the older side of Batman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Joker is easily... All right, first of all, let's get way wacky.
But I think even if you set Joker 20 years older than Batman, I mean, okay, let's say we have Batman become Batman when Bruce Wayne become Batman when he's 25, 30. You're already
wait.
setting Joker at 20. You're already setting Joker at 45, 50.
Let me ask you this, though. Is the Joker a character or is it a title?
I think it's a character. I don't necessarily
good
think
point,
it's
too, though.
I don't,
Because I
don't
think- I
wanna
think it's
play
more of
into
a
the more
title.
recent comics where there's multiple Jokers. I believe in the more traditional Joker where it's a singular person.
I would love for it to be a singular person, but
Agreed.
I think it lives.
You
it
think it's a
outlives.
title?
It
I
outlives
agree.
everything.
I hope. I mean, besides the Emperor, the Joker's my favorite villain in any movie.
I
Joker is-
like the Joker more than the fucking Emperor.
Well, we even see
more
in the,
than Palpatine.
we even see in the Batman Beyond series and comics that the Joker becomes almost a religious figure. But
Yeah.
he has followers and
It's kind of like
gang.
Mandalore.
And he
Mandalore's a title.
Right, and he becomes almost
There's
a
more than one
religious figure and
Mandalore.
has a following post-death, like postpartum, has a following, and there's new Jokers.
And
Post-death.
I grew up in the worst Joker of all time, like the '90s. Like,
It's not the worst. That's what people would say is the best.
first of all, early '90s. Yeah,
Wait, who?
I drank your shit. Fuck you.
Wait,
Oh, okay,
who was
let's
our
see how it
Joker
is.
in the '90s? It was
Mark Hamill.
Nicholson in '89.
Yeah.
And then the shit movies
Mark
with
Hamill.
Jack Nichols with Jim Carrey was the Riddler. There was no Joker till Ledger, right? In 08. Right?
Yeah, it was the animated series with Mark Hamill.
That's I don't count it.
You don't count that?
No, I don't.
Can we all
I feel like that's
collectively-
fan renowned as the best Joker
Yeah, can we
performance of
co-
all time.
Can we collectively agree
Yeah, no,
Mark
that's
Hamill's the
good.
best Joker?
I don't think
I
I would
won't.
agree. I would just
won't.
say I'm talking about like hardcore DC Batman fans.
I'm not.
He's
hardcore,
renowned
so-
as
Like
the,
you don't
pretty
fuck
much the
with
best Joker.
the Mark Hamill Joker.
Or the Batman.
Yes. I like him.
mean-
I like Heath Ledger too. Dark Knight's great.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
No.
Oh.
What would
I
you
feel
say?
like though it's Heath Ledger or it's Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger.
Alright.
Right behind him. Right behind him, but
It's
I
tough to
feel like
say
you'll
because
find more fighters for Mark Hamill than
Wait, back to opening
I mean,
scenes.
it's a hard call. It's a hard call.
Back
for
to
sure.
opening scenes. The Dark Knight opening scene is the fucking
It's
mother.
nuts. It's
Oh,
nuts.
why did
It's-
we not say that earlier?
It's the greatest. It's the greatest scene in cinema
Dude,
for
the
the most
fucking
part.
opening scene is
Ron,
The bank
stop.
robbery. The bank. Fuck.
the opening scene. What? How did we not?
Big Z is pissed. Mission's over here talking shit.
Mission.
How did we
Zalbar.
not say that earlier? The opening scene in The Dark Knight is so
The
good.
bank robbery scene is the
Dude,
most.
when he's on the tripwire and the music hits.
First of all, because Batman.
Oh, dude, why did we not talk about that? What the fuck? is wrong
Because
with us?
what was the first one? Batman for Now. It wasn't that great.
I don't know, but back to opening scenes.
Batman today.
I might retract my Matrix
It's like
scene.
a fucking
know what?
story.
I do retract my Matrix scene.
And we're back with Batman today.
The opening
Batman,
scene in
we're
The Dark
next.
Knight might be the best.
The Dark Knight though should have been the first one.
Yeah, Batman
Alright.
Begins is not that great.
No,
It's,
really
it's
not.
almost a great
It's
setup,
good. No, it's good. No, okay, jeez, he's pissed.
but it's the best sequel. It's the best sequel
Batman
ever, right?
Begins is fucking awesome.
It's fucking. I know.
It's fucking
the League
awesome.
The League of
But
Shadows
is
is
Dark
filled with
Knight-
savages. I know. It's
It's the first time we've seen the origin story of Batman in a film.
which
Correct.
is-
No, you're 100% right. But is Dark Knight not the best superhero sequel we've ever seen?
That's a
I
very
think-
specific
But he's right
category.
though. It doesn't feel like a sequel. It
I
doesn't.
think Dark
feel,
Knight's the best superhero
It
sequel
doesn't
we've
feel.
ever seen.
It doesn't feel like a sequel though. Like you could have started it like
Dude,
right
it's
there.
right fucking there.
It doesn't.
You guys are all fucked.
Yes.
Right.
Like
Dude, guys. That is the greatest thing.
dude, I'm actually legitimately pissed at myself for not saying that earlier.
Exactly. No joke. Flip cone.
I'm actually pissed that we were talking about opening scenes of games and movies. Why did not the Dark Knight didn't come to mind until right now?
First of all, we were talking about opening movies in a universe.
Yeah, that was
Which
the
is
start.
that's a middle movie.
That's why you didn't think about it.
That's why I didn't think about
Let's
it.
think of
But
the
movies
worst
in general, dude. That scene.
guests on
you
the
talk about being
podcast.
balls deep in a scene,
Worst guess in the bucket.
dude. The first time I saw that scene, I was like, "Oh my god!" The scene was so good.
Yeah, what about it?
God, Zale
Bastila, how
sucks.
hot should we see?
Who was hot? Bastila?
Bastila.
Oh yeah, Bastila's hot.
Which one?
Would fuck Bastila. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
my shirt says Bastila.
Yeah, it was either her or fucking T3.
I'd take T3.
That is the one thing in Star Wars I'll say the lack of smoke shows.
I would take
needs
T3.
to-
He's got some fucking attachments.
No, you wouldn't bang. No, stop.
Also, it's a droid. You could just say she.
I don't like it
No.
anymore.
Bastila.
Stop
I
it.
need,
On that note, it's over. It's done.
Bastila. I need the saggy titty ratio up.
I've had enough. My
Dude,
keyboard's covered in
Bastila-
beer.
Bastila's on point, dude.
My keyboard's
Whoa,
covered in beer.
dude,
My
I
keyboard's
fell-
covered in beer. My
That's
keyboard's
my
covered in
fault.
beer.
In one of my
It's covered in beer. 'cause
in
it's
one of my
fault.
playthroughs, I fell in love with Bastila.
You owe me a Bluetooth keyboard.
I do.
All right, this is gonna be a real quick one. Hottest Star Wars thing of all time.
Before anyone
shit.
names something, you realize that we didn't finish the fake ass game that you started earlier. two light side, two dark side, one
Yeah,
miscellaneous.
what was that? I did not know what that was.
Wait, for what category? I don't know. I name one, Kurt names one, we move on.
Yeah, you guys suck at the games.
So no, I like that game. The hottest Star Wars
I
character.
don't think anybody recognized what the fuck that game was.
I feel like this is a
Hottest-
misogynetics game.
I already know.
And
that.
I don't want to fall.
Hottest.
I don't want to fall into this trap.
Well, it's pretty easy. Natalie Portman, episode 2, with the white top on and midriff showing.
Anakin
Done.
Top tier just 'cause
Skywalker
she-
cut
top
in
tier.
half on Mustafar. Obviously, he's the hottest.
He's got more
Well,
holes.
figuratively,
He's got more holes.
Rod, stop.
He's on fire.
He's got
He's
more holes.
literally on fire.
Ron.
Cauterize those fuck holes.
but Natalie Portman in episode 2 on Geonosis.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Zale.
All right, this is a legitimate
Natalie
question.
Portman, hottest Jew in Star Wars.
What? Where we
She's
get to?
Jewish.
Oh yeah, Natalie Portman's super Jewish.
I don't
Oh, she's
care.
Israeli. Yeah. I
I'd
forgot about
rather
that.
fact you. I'd rather fact you.
Answer your own question.
Zell Goldstein.
Come on, Goldstein.
Answer your own question.
About what happened?
Hottest thing in Star Wars.
Christopher Lee.
I already said mine. No, he's like-
So
Christopher Lee, hottest
You-
girl in
I
Star
already
Wars.
agree.
Wait, I already
I
gave
agree
my.
1000%. Christopher Lee.
What?
Christopher Lee, hottest girl in Star Wars.
no joke.
No.
If,
He has 2 metal Christmas
I
albums.
feel like I took the. I feel like I already took the best answer. What else is there
No,
besides Nat?
Padme.
Leia.
The default, default's Leia. But I'm gonna
In
throw
Return of the
whoa,
Jedi?
Whoa,
Leia.
whoa, whoa! I'm gonna
Cheers,
throw in
Leia.
out of the blue.
Leia.
Ayla Sakura.
I would
Oh,
bang
she's legit.
Ayla
Ayla.
Sakura.
No, he's right.
Ayla Sakura.
Ayla's legit.
Come on, you saw that midriff.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you got a little hard.
Ayla doesn't have midriff,
six
but
booty
I
chick.
remember
chicken.
to this day at the 501st party that we snuck into like savages.
When Order 66 hit,
The-
don't tell me you saw her midriff and didn't get a little hard.
6
Well,
booby
I
chick
did.
in Jabba's palace.
Oh, that's
Today
true.
we end
Wait,
the
what's a sex
whole
booby
fucking
check?
thing.
Today we've been kicked off Twitter, shadow banned from every other single platform that there ever
Darth
was.
Talon.
Banned from YouTube. Every single video copy striked. Podcast shut down. Website turned off. StarWars.beer. Thanks guys for tuning in. Rogue Squadron Podcast.
We were
are
what's the thing?
we are degenerates of the highest order. Thanks Zale, Big Zelbar,
Thank you.
and Kerner.
What's your name?
Can't stop interrupting everybody.com/Kerner.
I don't interrupt.
Here we are. We didn't mean it.
My keyboard's covered in beer. We love you guys.
That's
and
my bad.
Thank you, Ronnie, for tuning in.
Stop, Ron.
Oh my.
Jesus.
Wait,
Yeah,
shit,
you were
sorry.
both terrible.
There we go.
We're never having you on again.
I don't blame you.
Lost episode.
I don't blame you.
That was almost a lost episode. We're still streaming. That was almost the Tristan episode 30 lost episode.
Oh, fuck.
Who's Sakio? Who in the fucking world is Sakio?